flat. Yeah, Cthulhu did mess up the overlay today. It's Cthulhu's fault. But well, let's go meet our cast and figure out who they are and who they're playing and the like. So let's start with Gareth, seeing as I know he insists on being first at all times.
Yes, I always come first. That is my rule. I am.
Wow.
Why is it taking you that long since?
That's what she said, weirdly enough.
Wow.
I'm playing George Bullard, who is he's an ex-military. He used to be in the army. He was a pilot.
Ex-military Yeti? Is that what you said?
Ex-military Yeti. He used to be a soldier. He used to be a bit of a ne'er-do-well before he joined the army as well. He's a bit of a rough and ready kind of guy. He wasn't here last week because he was at a wedding, which he really enjoyed. Hello, Tom. Hope you had a good wedding. I'm suddenly Pandas in chat if you don't know who I am.
Cool. Lee, how are you?
I'm good. I'm very good. Right. I'm playing Cecily Chadwick. She is, as she's become known in chat, Mama Dagon. She's denying every single child. And
Yes.
she's pretty cool. She's a bit of an occult lover. Trying to get to the bottom of the mystery. It's all going quite weirdly, as you'd imagine.
Yes, indeed. All right, then we have a Myth. How's it going, Myth?
Hello. How you doing, everyone? My name is Mythomatic. I'm playing Angus Collum. He is a pretty much Sean Connery, James Bond. That's that.
There you go.
So,
And
there.
finally, we have an Askren. How's it going, Askren?
Yeah, what's going on? I am looking forward today. A lot of stuff to catch up on, and big season finale. As everyone knows, I am playing Salad Black. He's been dubbed.
I forgot you were called Salad.
I have since thrown out any concept of a character that I created, and I have just let these guys take control. And so I will be playing that character, and I look forward to learning who he is by the end of the session.
Yes, indeed. So Gareth wasn't here last week, therefore we need to catch him up a bit. So let's do that. So what happened previously? Well, we were with the characters, and then we had a big kind of like time hop, as it were, and the world is fucked and covered in water. So she can't be from Liverpool. She clearly has electricity. She knows what electricity is. And Vegatus simply Jens for following. Welcome to the adventure.
Hey, Jen.
Gentle lady. And a scholar. All right, so let's dive into it. So you guys went down to a place called Aquilion. Now, Myth, what was Aquilion?
Aquilion was some sort of like, it seemed like the last city of Earth under the water. It's been a couple years, right? It's been like 2 years or so.
Yeah.
The ice caps are starting to melt, and the human race has gone into hiding under the Wawa, and then made a city called Aquilion, and where there are these things called the Dagonites, and the other ones. What are the other ones called?
The fish folk who were kind of like experiments in Aquilion were Ichthyosapiens.
Ichthyosapiens, and then like these Dagonites. There's Ichthyosapiens around this Aquilion, and we've started to. There's also the UPH.
The UPH, the Universal something
United
Humanity.
Peoples of Humanity, Protection Humanity, whatever. Something like that. And a military organization trying to protect the people of this new watery world. Some of them are human, some of them are Ichthyosapiens. We decided that possibly through various trial and error that they may react weirdly to Cecily, to being her mother and all. Couple times Angus tried to experiment and make sure that would that to confirm this idea and this theory, and it proved not to be true. And we heavily medicated race of fish people to keep them subdued. And I'm going to pass the ball over to someone else.
Yeah, I'll just pass it over to Lee, because you had an interaction with this ichthyosapien called Jennifer.
Yes. We invited her in, didn't we?
You did?
Yeah, because I think Eric had a bit of an inkling as to how they'd react, or they're trying to they're linked to me in some way, and I think on meeting them and shaking their hand, they're a bit like, oh, they're very friendly. They couldn't quite explain why they felt the need to protect us, and I think Cecily questioned them as to you will break everyone else out of the prison, won't you? And they were like, well, yeah, we'll make sure we do that from now on. Yeah, sure. So I think we were a bit confused by that. And then they were told by, it was Eric who said there was exhibits of increased aggression from the men.
Yes.
And so I think Cecily invited a gent fishman in.
Yes.
You would.
Guys, you know me. I like fishmen, So they invited him in, and there was indeed a bit of a gills for days. And he was a bit aggressive.
Yes.
It was a tiny bit. It was a bit kind of defensive. I guess he wasn't really aggressive. He was more defensive than Jennifer.
Yeah, he was. And then something happened. In fact, no. Before that, you actually went to the church. This is where Salad comes into things.
Salad does, yeah.
Yes. So tell us what went on there.
Yeah. So Salad, or Silas Black, he was informed that there was. First of all, he was kind of confused at the whole politics, not only between the UPH, but also the whoa, getting a lot of wind.
Yeah, getting some sound through from someone. It's cool, I think. Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. So he was kind of a little bit confused as to the sort of the politics between the UPH, the fish people, and all that kind of stuff. Wow, I'm moving this over. What is that?
Getting some sound through from some of us. Maybe God? Or maybe Astronaut, I don't know. Good, okay.
Tell me if it's fixed now. Should be
Sounds
fixed.
Okay-ish.
Okay, yeah, I have no idea what that was. My
That was me, my bad.
Doing some
Okay,
stuff.
no worries.
So we discussed the politics a little bit, and then they kind of informed us that apparently we had received some sort of cult-like status in this civilization, and they wanted, because we were kind of embroiled now in a war against the UPH, we decided we needed allies, and we also needed information. So Silas apparently becoming one of the few surviving religious figures in the place, and also someone who is deeply steeped in the apocryphal and the occultic texts that remain, went to the church to talk with them, and he kind of went a little Rain Man on the church, filling in a lot of the gaps in the religious and the Catholic iconography with various occult symbols, which we kind of decided all sort of point to some hidden mysteries that are probably revealed in, some far away knowledge. And that was all well and good, but the church wasn't too quick to buy into all that. But as he was trying to convince them to help us and to take their sides, the station kind of got rocked by an attack. Something hit it. And yes. I thought it was something a little bit bigger, but it turns out it was an army of these evil fish people, the Dagonites, that were kind of swarming onto the station. And as everyone was panicking and bulkheads were breaching, and we all kind of booked it, we made our way to the sub, kind of shoving past people on this way and that way. However, our companion had gotten separated from us, and due to an errand that he was running, And as we made it onto the sub, and the sub was actually pulling away from Rapture, I'm sorry, I forget its name.
Aquilian, yes.
Aquilian, that's right. As the submarine that we were in, we kind of waited as long as we could, but as it finally pulled away from the station, Angus kind of made it to the dock, and he saw all of the subs and escape pods being, drifting away as the Daganites were kind of busting their way through the steel doors and flooding in.
Yeah, Angus Callum had gone back to get Eric, who was in the other part of the city, and managed to kind of break his way through some UPH troops.
Yes, I did.
But in the end, he was too late, too slow, and you kind of had to leave him behind.
That was such a sad moment.
Yeah, and as the bulkheads closed,
Goodbye.
yes, along with Eric, the kind of little fish people began running in towards him, and he's been trapped. So you guys are on a submarine far away.
I know Kung Fu, so it's fine.
Yeah.
That entire scene with all the agents in the Matrix is going to happen, but with Sean Connery.
We'll get that in a second. Also, thank you to Eric the Viking for following. Welcome to the Adventure, my friend. You're a gentleman and a scholar. So before we dive into the adventures of the day, let us remind ourselves of some ways that you guys can interact with the show. So every 20 followers, you guys will get to decide what happens next in our game. And I think we're only just a few followers away from that, like 16 or 17 or something. So if you haven't followed, hit that button, and you guys will get to throw in an encounter or a scene or just an idea as to what might happen next in the campaign. So go ahead and do that. Also, with this tweet there in chats, hits 20 retweets. You will also have another viewer decision. So go ahead and do that. We're also doing subscriber stuffs. So if you want to subscribe, that you can do. It's like $5. Oh, also the other thing is cheering. I enabled cheering because Twitch were like, you should do cheering. And so I was like, yeah, okay, I'll do cheering. I don't really know what it is, but it gives you nice little icon stuff so you can cheer. Apparently it costs you money. Apparently I get some of that. I don't know how much, but there you go. If you want to call cheer emoticon icon thing by your name, I don't know why you would, then, do it if you like.
So eloquent, man. So eloquent.
I know, yeah.
What a plug.
That's my sellout right there.
Like you knew it.
it's like I was given an exact paragraph to say on the topic. Also, we're giving away a copy of Storm King's Thunder, so you can grab that there. What else? This week we are supporting Domes of Ishak Zahur on Kickstarter. You can find it there. It looks great. We're actually going to be playing through it next week, so you can see us play the whole thing then. But if you want to support on Kickstarter, there's still plenty of time to go and check it out. It's really cool looking D&D 5th edition and Pathfinder module, all about kind of Indiana Jones style tomb robbing and raiding, which sounds like great fun. And I've actually spoken to the developers, and they've walked me through a really cool Roll20 that we're going to use, and there's some really fucking sexy maps that we're going to have. So I'm excited about that. Yeah, happy sellout. Yeah, they should really someone should tell me how to sell out better, rather than like, you can do these things. I don't know why you would, but you can. But yeah, other than that, I think we're all ready to dive into today's session. Anything I've forgotten about? People who are meant to
you can donate to Effect.
How awesome I am.
If you look down there a bit, there's a whole list of things that you can do. They need to be twisted a little bit for Call of Cthulhu, but you're more than welcome to kind of put your little DME hands into our game. You can also support us on Patreon, which you can do !Patreon, and there's some awesome rewards you get with that as well, and you get to be cool like me.
Yeah, check out YouTube if you haven't.
Oh yeah, YouTube's a thing.
YouTube's.
Yeah.
Drink milk and smoke.
Drink milk and smoke, indeed. And thank you so much to Packabell for following. Welcome to Adventure, my friend. You're a gentleman and a scholar. What's up, Mars? You were just in time. Indeed. So let's dive into the exciting, sexy things like tentacles. So
I like a good tentacle.
I know you do, Lee. So let's get into this. So 3 of our characters, Cecily Chadwick, George, and Salad, are on the submarine, whereas Angus Callum, this character, is still
Genghis Khan.
Genghis Khan is still underwater in one of these domes of Ishak, and he's trapped alongside Eric. So Eric's one of the, well, he used to be one of the British Secret Service kind of high ups, but now, of course, Aquilion being the city underwater with only about 500,000 people left alive of humanity, he's not so important as he used to be. Poor guy. But the bulkhead is just kind of closed. The submarine has gone out into the depths of the water, where there's a huge sound coming through the water, which has been shaking these domes. And that sound is very familiar to some of the characters because they were chased by a giant sea creature of some kind through the waters but a few episodes ago. It might be the same one. So we're going to pick up with the submarine, of course.
And it's a donation.
Oh, yes, you are correct. Thank you so much to Any Dale donates £5 and says, one last gift for the beloved mother, aka Mama Dagon, aka will the Dagon be with you, young mother? P.S. I love Call of Cthulhu story. You're all great. Thanks so much, Annie.
Thank you. Oh, thank you.
Oh, you.
That's lovely.
Oh. So, yeah, let's start with the submarine. So the three of you are aboard a submarine along with Jennifer, who is one of the Ichthyosapiens, and two other of her people. These the Ichthyosapiens are kind of guild people. Their experiments kept under control by drugs, and they're kind of marines. So they're kind of ordering the sub around and shouting orders, whilst you guys can see out the front window of the submarine itself. Apparently we're a little boomy.
Yeah, I'm fixing it. I can hear very softly in my headphones, so until someone says something in chat, I don't actually know how loud it is.
No worries. Most of us from the UK, Cord and Askern, are filthy Americans.
Don't hold it against them. They're actually quite nice Americans.
They do America credit, basically.
Looks up at American girlfriend. So, yes, you're in a submarine. You look out into the depths of the water, whilst the submarine itself is going kind of crazy with activity. And you look out, and through the murky depths of the water, you see these giant yellow orbs shining out in the darkness. But these aren't just lamps or actual lights. You recognize them as the giant eyes of this beast, which you've seen before in the waters. Everyone but Cecily has seen this before out of the three of you. And you see these eyes just drawing closer through the waters, through these domes, until they just crash into one of the buildings and just crumples it and begins to cripple it almost instantly as a huge force of its weight just crushes down, and you can see its huge squid-like tentacles wrapping around the building and just crushing it. Very kind of dexterous. Tentacles are very dexterous. They can really hold on to things, and just kind of wraps itself around all of the domes and crushes it. And you hear one of these like a foghorn through the water, and it kind of shakes the submarine as you're going. So what are the three of you guys doing? I imagine the fact that you've just lost Angus and Eric has some effect upon you.
Cecily is crying quite a lot. All right. God.
Yeah, there's not really much to do in a submarine.
When you've just left your friends.
Was I cardboard cutout last week, or was
Yeah,
I...
you were. Yeah, you're with us.
Actually, you're drowning in the water right now. Okay.
You're like making your own way there. You're in the swimometer.
So, are you hysterically crying?
Just sobbing, not hysterical. Just
Okay.
like, sort
I don't
of
need to give
grabbing
you
onto salads.
fashion 1920 slaps.
No, you don't need to make out with me either, like you did the first time.
Wow.
Just like grabbing onto
Or
Salad's
do you?
shoulder, just like sobbing.
Don't kiss me again, please.
God, right?
So, indeed, Cecily, you do have a birthday table roll for
Oh,
this.
do I? Oh my gosh, thank you. Okay, let's have a look. Let's actually open roll 20, shall we? That should be a good start. What are you doing?
See, maybe you find something on the submarine where you're sitting.
I found it. Call of Cthulhu. Okay. Birthday table is D100, yeah?
D69.
D69.
That's perfect.
Okay. Well, 1D69. Go.
Yeah, you get it.
45.
45. All right.
Okay,
So,
a 45 is Stone of the Willardin, a fist-sized refined stone humming with pure energy. While you possess this, you do not require sleep, and you always pass endurance checks.
This sounds like Will.
yeah.
Was it named after you?
So I'm not sure how you want to do the +1 charisma, whether you want to give some kind of benefit to any social skills, but you don't need to sleep, and you always pass endurance checks.
I think with the +1 charisma, I would like to give my lovely friends who are with me in the submarine, I don't know, like a morale boost. I'm not entirely sure how to do that when Cecily's in bits, but maybe they get like a second wind or something.
So what do you say to them to kind of get them up?
Maybe something like, I don't know. I'm not entirely sure what I'd say to pep them up. I guess I'd kind of like wipe all the tears away, and then I'd say, right, we have to do something about this situation. Something like, who's with me, I guess. Who's with me to help save what was left of our beautiful world.
No man left behind. And I put my hand, like a good old, everyone's hand on top of each other.
Jennifer looks back from like her subometer controls, and she says, "We're not going back for your friends."
Why not?
She points towards the giant sea creature, which has just crippled one of the domes, and she's trying to they're trying to maneuver your own submarine out of here.
I don't leave people behind. I never have, and I'm not going to start now. It's all of us or none of us. And I walk towards the sub door.
She's like, "You do not open that hatch."
I'll turn this thing around.
She points a gun towards you, like, "Step away from that."
If this is anything like a plane when it's pressurized, you can't fire that thing either. I grab hold of the turny thing.
Can I step between the two, like kind of just putting my chest like right up against the gun, and I say, "You're not killing anyone in this sub, but we do have friends on that base." And we
Salad, my hero.
Yeah, she's like, fine. If we all die, I'm blaming you.
You can blame me all you want. I'll let you punch me in the afterlife. I'll turn this thing around before it's too late.
She's turn it around, and they immediately begin to kind of turn this thing around. But it looks like this creature, having crippled one of these domes, is coming kind of towards your submarine, and you see that it begins to kind of chase after you, but as the submarine just kind of like swivels around, you lose sight of it because there's only one window, and that's just a forward window. So you're coming back towards the main kind of gates, and Jennifer says that there's no way for us to open the gates.
What are the gates? Can we tell what the gates are made out of?
Probably some kind of reinforced steel.
So are we the one we're going back to? Is that the one that's been attacked, or is that a different dome?
No one hasn't been attacked yet.
It's free, isn't it? I think.
I say, does this submarine have any weapons?
She says some torpedoes, but I don't know if they'll break through that.
How is it normally controlled? Is there an operator inside?
Feature.
Probably cropped out.
No.
What do you say again? Sorry, I got distracted.
This is just me. Someone saying I'm quiet. I don't know. No, he said, how is it normally operated? Is there a controller inside?
She nods. Yes. There's a controller. If they punch the green button, it will start to open up. They'll need the clearance codes, though.
Well, and I kind of turn back to the group. I say, we need to either open that dome, or we need to get from this submarine to that door.
She says, "There's an emergency hatch. If you were to swim out in an aqua suit, then you could get there."
Do you have any?
She goes to look and stuff. All of them come equipped with enough for all the full crew in case of emergencies. So if we keep on the sub and you want to go out there, then you're welcome to. But me and my men aren't going out.
You don't have to. Give us 4 suits. We're going to get our friend back.
Would you come with me?
She says, "What? I mean,
They're quite important. And she wipes the tear away from her face. She says, he never left us behind.
I suppose I could come for a bit."
Every little helps. So I wouldn't want you to stay past any time that you felt uncomfortable, Jennifer. But I would really appreciate your help.
Fine. And she just like she grabs the suits and kind of throws them on herself and chucks them towards you.
Thank you, Jennifer. I really appreciate it. I don't think I could ever repay you for your kindness. Thank you.
She's like, fine, and kind of throws them on. And then she's like, right, let's go. And she's kind of got the hatch that you guys have got like full on like scuba diving suits on, like deep sea scuba diving with anti like pressure for the depth of the sea that you're in, so it won't immediately like kill you from the pressure. And starts yanking on the handle, opens up, immediately like water begins to flood in, but you kind of start swimming out, and she's kind of there on the outside, and just kind of like yanks it back up again. The submarine probably has some way, it's like a sci-fi sub, so it probably has some way of like getting rid of the water. And then you guys are swimming towards the dome. But let's cut back in a minute to Angus Callum. So Angus, you're with Eric inside this dome, right by the kind of gates where the submarine could enter. And there are 20 or so of these anglerfish people coming towards you. And you notice that Eric looks incredibly nervous. He's like, oh dear. Angus, well, what are we to do?
How many? There's like 20?
At least 20 of them.
What's around me?
So around you, you're kind of on a little gang walk. And then below you is the creatures and where the subs were kept, but it's just a kind of empty hall of this space. Behind you is the corridor from which you came. To your side, you see a kind of security door with a kind of glowing light above it, so that it's kind of, only for secure personnel only. And there's a keypad to the side of it, which looks like probably some kind of control room. And back the way you came is, just the rest of the dome.
Great. I'm going to shoot the control pad. I'm going to try to open the door. Are there any obvious ways to open the door besides the handle? Like, can I crack open the window and then reach in there, or should I just try to...
Yeah, they don't have...
code?
Yeah, they don't really have too many windows in this place. The security door is a similar one. You've got the door itself, there's a handle, but it's kind of like corrugated steel and looks like it probably only yanks open when you have the security control. There's no window to dive through. You could try like kicking it open, or you could try there's a kind of pad with different numbers.
I don't have anything to do anything with that pad, but I guess I'll try my best. I guess I'll
Eric, do you know the passphrase here?
Eric's like, let me think. And you see there are like these fish creatures, ankle eyes glowing.
Yeah, getting closer.
Like getting closer and closer. At first, they're kind of like walking, then they kind of like hear you and smell you, and they're rushing up towards you. They're maybe like 200 feet away, but they're running pretty quickly.
Great.
And Eric's like, let me think. I could be. No, wouldn't be
Just
that.
don't look behind us here. I got this.
Okay.
Yep, you keep thinking there.
Well, it could be this.
And I take out the revolver that I have. I have only about 6 shots, but I'm probably gonna unleash 4 of them into the crowd. Try to kill these beasts.
Sure.
It's fine. Don't worry about it. Just keep going.
Yeah, you kind of like fire for a few shots towards them. I think it might be.
Yeah. I know. Go.
There's a big kind of noise. And there's another 16 or 17 of them coming towards you, like really super close towards you, and you know that you're about to be overwhelmed.
Yeah.
And Eric's like, and you go beep 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 beep, and there's like, and you go, and he grabs the door, just like yanks open, throws himself forward, saying, quick, and they're about to be.
Yes.
And then I kind of like dip in and try to slam the door closed.
Nice. Roll me a quick, just like power, just to slam the door.
A quick check. Power?
Yeah, just to like slam it.
I rolled an 89.
Nice. Out of
60.
Okay, so
I want to roll lower, right?
Yeah, you want to roll low. So you like slam the door, but one of these creatures has his like weight pressed against it, and all of them are kind of pushing against you. And the door's kind of like in a half closed kind of position where you see the claws coming through from the other side.
Help me, Eric. Here, come on.
Quite, yes.
You have to man up now. Help me.
He helps like pushing on the door with his weedy little arms.
I'm doing nothing. Come on.
And the creature just like scratches Eric across the arm as he's got his arm on the other side, and there's like blood and he falls back.
They claws arm.
Yeah, claws his arm is like, and he just like falls backwards. But you can begin to like press up against the door against Angus.
You'll be fine. You've got another one. Come on, help me.
And you hear on like on the speakers, security protocol has been breached. We know. And she's like, please evacuate to the nearest submarine. Everybody. Please evacuate.
I love how calm she is.
She's very calm.
She's very calm, yes.
And Eric's like kind of pushing against. You can maybe another power just to kind of slam it again. Now, Eric is a bit of a coward.
42.
42 out of 60. That's enough.
Yeah.
So you just kind of like push it one last time, slam it in their faces, and you see the kind of door just slam closed behind you. The creatures are on the other side, and you can see. Wait, I guess you can just hear them through the corrugated steel. Actually, just kind of, and they're kind of waiting outside. You find yourself in a control room, in which there is a very kind of ancient-looking computer. It's actually a huge one. It's probably got like 64 megabytes on. And it's like giant kind of control room here. All kind of wires connected to this one PC. And it's probably a Mac, piece of shit.
Yeah.
But also in the room are 2 people who look like they probably committed suicide. They've shot themselves, or maybe one guy shot one and then he shot himself.
Great. Flash bullets.
There's no one else in here. Everyone else is evacuated or just been eaten, probably. So Eric's like, oh, my arm! Ow!
Yeah, we'll look at that in one moment here.
And I'm gonna grab these suicide weapons. Are there any guns or any ammo in the chamber?
Yeah, you find, what should we say? You got like a revolver, right?
I have a revolver.
Yeah, okay. So we'll say you find like an extra 6 bullets. You've already fired a few off, so you probably have like 2 left.
Yeah, in total. All right, sweet.
Right, let me see. Let me take a look at that arm. Come here.
Yeah, it kind of shows you. It's really deep, like lines of like ashes through his
muscle.
for his muscle and tendons. It looks really painful.
Can I just give a quick shout out to N Crawford 05?
You may not.
You know.
Hey, lady. She lives on top of my room.
Hi, lady.
Hey, lady.
Is she the one
Like
you
on the roof,
about-
you
How's it
mean?
going up there?
Is she the one that you said had awful hair and smelt a bit like cats?
Totally.
Yeah, the one you told us about. Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
The
Yeah.
one that lives on your roof.
Oh, that's so funny. No, she's lovely. I have some new roomies. Roomies housing.
How's he?
Hey, girl.
Laddies.
She's going to nerd out.
So, you're in this control room. You kind of bandage the wound up as best you can, kind of feel
Yeah,
dressed.
I'm probably gonna take I'm probably gonna rip a sleeve off of one of the
One of those sleeves.
one of them sleeves, and then probably try to tourniquet it.
Yeah.
I feel like back then that's what everybody did.
Put a leech on it, probably.
Yeah.
Cut off a limb.
And Eric's like, thank you, Angus. What are we going to do?
Well, it looks like there is some sort of, this is a bit of an authorized area, this building here. If we go farther in, it looks like over here, it says it's
Is there like a map nearby? With
Yeah, it's got like
control
a
room or something stupid.
yeah.
Yeah. Great.
it looks like if we go this way, there is some sort of spawned X. Thank you so much, spawned X, for the follow.
It's your eggs, which is spawned themselves.
Yeah, and if we could head toward his control center, and we could probably work on, probably see what we could do there. Maybe get us into that of these rat, fish, men, alien stuff.
Everyone's left, though. Very well, I suppose. We'll try and do something.
At this point, I'm not worried about the people. I'm worried about us.
I agree. If all of the subs have gone, how are we ever going to leave, Angus? And there's these creatures outside and all over the dome. There's probably some food around here. But how long will that last us?
I don't know. Maybe if we raid the area of these creatures, maybe we'll use the food stores and try to keep ourselves alive until our friends come back.
Very well. Best is the best we can do right now. Hope that they come back.
There's really no choice we have unless you want to stay around and bleed like you are.
He looks towards the bodies of the two who have kind of committed suicide and says, I suppose worst comes to worst, you've got bullets in the chamber.
These bullets aren't for us, Eric.
Yes.
No, you're right. We shouldn't think of that yet. All right, let's see what we can do. I've heard about this computer thing. Maybe we can do something with it.
Possibly.
So you said it's not a Mac, so it's not user friendly. So there's
It's
no way.
not user friendly whatsoever. It's
All right.
a text.
We got Minesweeper.
How the hell does this work?
You have no idea how to streamline it.
Is that all you have?
I'm going to spend the next 10 years clicking randomly until I finally figure out the code.
Ski free, at least.
So yeah, in fact, I believe we hit 20 followers by my reckoning. So underneath this line here in the chat, you guys are going to decide something which happens next. So let's see. It could be that you decide that the creatures break through the door and attack, and they've got to defend themselves. Or it could be that the investigator is trying to save Angus. Run into some problems. So throw it right into a chat, we'll put it into a straw poll, and the most popular decision will happen. So go ahead, see what we can do, and we'll have another one at 30 followers, and you can also hear that tweet as well. So, nice. So, other than that, let's dive back into it. So, yes, we'll cut back to you guys swimming back towards the dome. So you're out in the dark depths of the sea. With the only real illumination being the lights on your kind of helmet visors and the lights coming from kind of gaslight powered dome to which you are swimming. Of course, behind you is this giant sea creature which has just toppled a dome, and it's kind of like shockwaves of water being sent through, kind of like huge rippling effect going on, and you can hear the kind of crashing through the water. As you kind of look back, you see this creature, it's huge, giant orbs. It's one of these like eyes is probably the size of a small like skyscraper. It is gigantic and takes up most of the sea behind you, most of the space. Huge kind of displacement of water wherever it goes. And it's going towards you guys. You're definitely on a clock as to time to get away and get inside the dome. So what are you guys doing? You see the dome before you. Jennifer is with you. The submarine is kind of swimming off, attempting to kind of circle around. It's going much faster than you, obviously. You swim down, and you see a little kind of flashing yellow light, which would denote a kind of security door. Yeah, what are you guys up to?
So before we dive into that, from the submarine window, like I don't think we ever got a description of it. What exactly is the underwater terrain around the city like? Is it just kind of floating in the middle of nothingness? Is it at the bottom, sort of near underwater mountains or cliffs or anything?
Yeah, it's basically in a nothingness. It's like a trench almost, with no real coral life down here, no mountains underneath, and you're kind of just on the seabed essentially.
So no cool terrain or anything like that. Just
no real cool like coral life or like giant sea stuff. You're in a seabed, and most of it is just a city itself.
So shit, that kind of ruins my plan. I totally had a plan, but it's now gone. Yeah, I guess we just have to swim to the door, like there's nowhere else to go.
Pretty much. You go ahead.
Do our I'm guessing, do we have a little knife on us, a little diving?
Yeah. I imagine George probably has a knife on him at most times.
Yeah, good point. I've got several. Okay, I'm just going to have that drawn, ready to deal with whatever I need to. Apparently, they're saying you need to boost your mice. Your mic again.
I will figure out how to
Boost your mice.
There's rats in here.
I will endeavor
Chuck
to
'em up, guys.
Is my mic better now? Tell me in chat. Anyway, go ahead.
So you're saying something, Gareth?
So I've got my knife out, kind of, and I'm swimming towards the dome. This thing is massive, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty giant.
I realise our best hope is getting there before it gets to us, so I'm swimming as hard as I can.
Sure. All right, roll me a power. Power.
Right, I've got the power. To remember which character.
I got the power.
Oh yeah.
No, you don't.
That is 62 over 60.
Yeah, that's only just a kind of failure, so it's very minimal. So you are kind of, in fact, as well at Salad, you can roll me power as well to see how you're doing swim-wise. I imagine at this point your book, if it's with you, it's probably getting a little bit down. For studying the occult science, I'm on the force. Can you?
I'm gonna assume. Oh my god, I'm muted. I'm gonna assume he probably left that on the sub because he has no use for it underwater.
Right, guys, last call for a viewer decision as well. Get your ideas. What do you want to happen? Anything you want, just bring it in chat, and I'll sort the rest out for you.
I read Annie says he now has the power of force lightning, push, and cuckold.
That makes sense. Anyway, I got a 41 under 60.
Nice. So you actually, Silas is swimming ahead of George, who's just kind of keeping up with the pace. Cecily, if you could roll me a power as well for your swimming abilities to get.
Only one woman should have all that power.
Indeed. Yeah, power.
Extreme fail.
Oh boy, so Cecily, you're not really adjusted to this suit, and such is life indeed. So you're struggling, and Jennifer is trying to she kind of swims back to help you along, like Cecily, and she comes to drag you along, and this creature is kind of getting pushing you, and have a good wailing out. That's better. That one's better.
We like the.
We should harmonize of those, actually. That would be really nice. If you got two of these creatures together. Whole choir. So,
You're going to take the harmony on that.
So the you get down to the door, and it has a control pad by it with a set of numbers. But Jennifer is with Cecily, who's kind of like dragging her along, and Silas is the first to reach the pad.
All right. I don't know much from technology, so I will punch a random number in.
Cool. You punch a random number in. It's number 17.
17.
And nothing happens.
Okay. I kind of look about and throw up my hands.
Well, that's it.
Well, we're done.
Well, shit.
That's the finale. So George, you get down to the door. You know a little bit about like code breaking and stuff, I suppose.
Yeah, I'll give it a go. What do you want for that? I'll just start kind of working away at it.
Let's see.
Locksmith?
Yeah, I guess it's like a locksmith. Guess you try.
52 out of 60.
Nice. So I guess you start fiddling with it. You finagle the bagel, and it doesn't.
Where did that come from? I remember that from. Was that Colin?
Yes.
Finagle the bagel. Yeah.
So yeah, you and he's like, "What did I say? Why is everyone making?
Does it sound so wrong?
You kind of start and it's just like basically blind luck really, but you see a kind of like green light flash above instead of the yellow, and this glass kind of sealed door begins to open up. Cecily, there is a tentacle coming towards you in the water. And it's one of these, it's kind of like minor little tentacles that it has. It's got like little tentacles. It's got like the big tentacles which kind of like sweep through and destroy the domes. But it's also got these kind of little ones on the side of those that are kind of whipping towards you like vines. And one of them has got itself around your leg. And Jennifer's trying to like just kind of like keep you swimming. It's pulling you pretty hard.
Okay. My body is ready.
So you just accept it.
No, I'm going to try and kick it off.
Which is out of character because the last time you had a whole bunch of tentacles. And that
it was all on me in a cloak form.
Breaking character.
No, she was ready out of character.
That's true. Yeah, Lee is ready. Cecily.
I am ready. Cecily isn't.
So you got one of these around your leg. What are you trying to do with it?
Kick it off. Push it off. I'm going to like try and scrape my hobnailed boot so hard down my own leg that potentially it like drags the tentacle off like it's a bit of fish, just pulls it off its own.
Nice. That hobnail.
Yeah, that hobnail.
Okay.
That's a toe cap.
I don't know what to do.
You can roll me a.
Those are all weird words.
A fighting brawl to try and just like kick it off.
Are you joking?
Yeah.
Fail.
Since I'm not interacting with the door and I'm kind of looking, can I actually swim down to the tentacle and knife it in the side?
Yeah, you can give me a fighting brawl to try and like cut it off.
Sure.
It's got itself wrapped around her leg and trying to like pull her off, and Jennifer's just fighting against that force.
22 under 50.
Nice. So you just kind of like chop it off, and you see this kind of black inky blood being kind of seeped into the water around Cecily, but she's broken free, and Jennifer just kind of grabs her and starts swimming down towards the door, which George has opened. So George, you've opened the door. What are you doing with it?
I'm kind of. What's inside it? What do I see? Is it like an airlock?
There's another door. No. You're basically in an airlock room. It's kind of like a decompressurizing chamber sanitary.
Like the Ben's decompression. Yeah.
And kind of, obviously we can't talk. I'm frantically waving people in, making sure the door stays open. Kind of putting myself like in between the door and where it closes, and trying to drag people in if they're not paying attention.
Nice. Okay, cool. So you start to kind of grab them in. I guess that Jennifer and Cecily are first through, with Silas following on just as a bunch of tentacles are kind of coming into the door, and you kind of just slam it shut. George, roll me a power to kind of slam the decompression chamber.
A slam check, okay.
Slam check, yeah. See how hard you slam
Slam check.
I got an 8 and a 60 on my slam check.
Slam check on the clam check. So you you don't quite.
Oh dear.
I bang my hip or something, going at the wrong angle.
Naughty. Yeah, you try and do the hip slam, and it doesn't quite work. You kind of get it like halfway close, and again, these tentacles are kind of coming round and just kind of like suckering onto you, onto your arm. Like, so the rest of you are in this chamber. I imagine kind of Cecily is kind of like, and Jennifer just kind of like collapsed to the floor after kind of titanic efforts. And Silas, you got your knife out.
Salad, God.
Yeah.
Salad, sorry, yeah.
Yes.
Just-
I mean, if he's fighting, like I'll join him fighting at the end to drive the tentacles back.
Sure, roll me a slam me a clam.
Is that a
Yeah.
roll?
It's a power.
Damn roll, you got that?
Oh, it's just
Yeah, they got a clam rolling
Is
can do
this
now.
skill
call it
power.
clam?
someone call it endurance. Lee has Cecily has the stone to make sure she'll succeed. So yeah, it's a power check.
Yes.
Okay, power. I failed.
Unlimited.
I got a
Actual
17.
power is quite limited in this case. So you try and shut it close. The two of you are kind of like backs against the wall, trying to like get to it whilst these tentacles are kind of suckering onto you. Jennifer throws in her own weight as well. And Cecily, what are you doing?
I am probably holding this stone. But is the stone going to help? I'm going to throw it I'm going to pelt it.
All right, nice. So is there a throwing in this one? I forget.
There's probably a melee. Is there a melee? It's
Okay.
met repair, medicine, dodge.
There is a
There is a-
throw.
there is a
Yeah, roll
throw.
me a throw.
Is it fighting throw?
No, it's just throw.
No, it's throw. Yeah.
Throw, yeah. Indeed.
What are you
Again,
laughing at?
actually throw like a girl.
Wow.
I am a girl. Don't.
So you throw the stone at the
On the floor.
creature. Just-
Out into the ocean.
No!
Deep into the sea.
you just kind of like throw it out towards it. It kind of knocks George on the head and then goes into the tentacly mess, which is actually pushing against the door at this point. And all the time just kind of, there's a problem because there's water filling up very, very quickly. So, George, Silas, Cecily, one of you's going to have to do something because otherwise they are just going to push against you and open this door.
Can I have a look at the other side, like the other side of the door, and see if there's another panel that I can press? And I want to thank Danish.
Thank you, Danish. I will say it first.
I love you more.
No, I love him more.
That whisper just
was creepy.
just makes it.
Thank you, Danish. Welcome, my friend. You're most gentlemanly of scholars. We all thank you here, but mostly I do.
No, not as much.
I like the way your eyes look.
Wow.
Unsubscribe.
Do it quick.
Is there another panel on the other side for like the other side of the control? Can I try and get this door to shut itself?
Yeah. It's like an automatic command.
Do you want to? Yeah, I'll just bang that.
You just bang it.
Yeah, just press the
Yeah.
button that says close.
Oh,
thrust.
right, press it.
Just
got
while he's
confused.
doing that, I'm gonna try and keep stabbing at this massive tentacles with my knife.
Okay, you give me another fighting brawl.
Alright. So you roll first.
Yeah, fighting brawl.
Oh no, he's not rolling anything. Okay.
So no, you can just slam it. But
Oh,
yeah,
just
okay,
missed.
so you're kind of fighting against the tentacles, but you're actually going to take, let's see here, some sucker damage, but not a good kind of sucker. You take just 2 wounds as one of these tentacles just kind of like comes up and just rips some skin off your arm, but George manages to slam the clam in time. and
To slam the clam.
That doesn't mean what you think
guys.
it means.
it's just a cool Cthulhu term. You wouldn't understand. And close the door. The Will Fulu. It's me.
Oh, is that you?
That's Charlotte.
Is that what they meant? They were afraid of someone else. Weird.
Why is that Sam the Clown?
That's me. You were just so happy. Yeah, that's me.
That's me. You close it, the tentacles are gone, the water begins to kind of be drained out, and the kind of decompression comes in. So you're alone with Jennifer, I suppose. Door is closed. There's another door out, which looks like it leads.
Who's alone with Jennifer? Sorry.
I mean, the group you are.
All of us. We're all together.
Me and Jen.
You and Jen. Yeah.
I know what's going to be the other side of this door. Get your knives out. Get ready for hell. And I push the
Little
button on
late
the.
for that.
Shut up, Slad.
I don't have a knife.
I point to the massive Bowie knife on my belt. See
Oh.
that? Make sure you use the handle in your hand and the pointy end towards whatever's out there. Right?
Yes, she snatches it. Yes, I know.
Not a knife.
She snatches it away and says, "Yes, thank you. I'm quite capable."
I hope your God is with us now. I cross myself with the knife, and then
Literally
press the
drags
door
it
to open
to
the-
escape.
No, I just kind of use it. I don't put it on myself. I'm not that silly. So I open the door into the main chamber.
Sure. You open the door into the main chamber, and you find yourself in the main chamber with the door open. And in this chamber, it's the same one that Angus Callum was in with Eric before. You see that there are these creatures, like 15 or so of them, just like bashing and baying at the door to the security room, which looks like must have been the only real place that Angus and Eric could have gone to for quick escape other than running down the corridor. So likelihood is, if they were sensible, they managed to find their way into the security point. If they were unlucky, then they went down the long corridor back towards like the English embassy, where they could have also found protection. So they haven't seen you yet, these creatures, but they are within 100 feet of you.
I'll whisper silence and put my hand up to everyone, and then kind of motion my blade up to kind of signal that everyone needs their blade out. How many of them are there?
15 or 16.
Oh shit!
You're leading an army now, dude.
Bad idea.
So there's only one other way than this door. Can we see anything? Is there a window to where they're looking or anything like that? Is there?
There's no window, no. There's just a door which they're bashing at, trying to push in unsuccessfully.
No other signs of weapons or anything like that?
No, I mean their claws are weapons.
I kind of put my hand up, and
No, like machine gun on the wall or something, Gareth. This isn't fucking...
So,
well, I know, if
hold an
it's
eye.
an emergency and then there's like a BFG.
There's a floating golden gun which you pick up when
it's
you
just
drop.
spinning on a little...
Your head grows 3 times the size, and your arms get really long. You're only doing sleep.
Okay, so we're coming out of the door. What's the setup like? You said there's the security room one way and a long hallway going the other way.
And then 15
yes.
or 16 hellspawn fishmen.
No, I got that. If the fishmen were to, let's say, pass us by, could they make for the long hallway? Could we be hidden from them as they go down the other hallway?
You see 24 you see that basically if they were to go down that corridor, then they'd be going directly past you. You could close the door, but there's a window in which they could look through, and they would see you if they looked through it.
But if we duck behind the door, we could in theory be hidden from them as they run past.
In theory, if they didn't look through, then you'd be fine.
Okay.
But if they did see you, then you'd be trapped in there.
Trapped behind it. It's the best option we have right now. So I'm gonna kind of lean down and I'm gonna whisper to George. I'm gonna say,
like a knife.
No, no.
It
No,
was supposed to be that.
you're not here. Who are you?
Not like a knife.
Who am I talking to right now?
You mean we need some bait?
Do you have meat? Anything like that?
Cecily walks out.
Got a clam.
I'm gonna climb. No!
No.
I
George, guys. Jeez.
didn't mean bait like that. I understand what needs to be done. And then, is there anything on the floor, any debris or anything like
Yeah,
that?
there's bits of like destroyed iron and stuff.
I'll pick up something that looks up like I've played pickup sticks before. I know which bit's going to have something that rolls off it and clangs. I'll make sure that I pick a really cool part, like a really free part of metal, and I'll slowly creep down that corridor.
Nice. Okay, you can roll me a sneak stealth. Let's see what it's called in this game.
Okay, so he's going down the corridor. I guess I'm gonna
Called
attempt
49 out of 40 and a fail.
Hey.
So close.
Hey. So you begin kind of like going down sneakily down the corridor, but you actually kind of just touch something on the floor, and it makes it's like a short-circuiting wire throwing out some sparks. It's creating some sound, and you see one of like the angler lights just kind of like turn around to look at you and start kind of creeping towards you. These things clearly have very bad like eyesight, but they can like hear things very well. And once they get in like the illumination sphere, then you're fucked.
As soon as I know the game is up, how far am I away from the rest of the party? Have I actually?
I mean, you've probably got like 15
on the rest of them.
I'd say you got like 15 feet, and this creature is maybe like 20 away from you and kind of coming towards you. It doesn't know you're there yet. It just knows something has moved, and it's kind of just like alerted to your presence.
See, but I don't know. Can I tell that he can't see me, or is he just listening around?
I mean, it's not like if you presume that if he'd have seen you, then it would make some noise, alert the others, and run towards you. At this point, it's kind of that thing where like tilts his head and start kind of like
It's a video game guard right now. He's just
Video
going to
game guard.
investigate. He hasn't alerted anyone
he's
yet.
got an alert over his head.
Yeah.
Whoa, what was that sound?
Big red exclamation mark.
In a few minutes he'll go back to, must have been nothing.
Okay,
What is this cardboard box moving slowly across the floor?
Must have been my eyes playing tricks on me.
am I within range of this corridor? Can I lob this hunk of metal down the corridor now, or do I need to sneak a little bit further?
Yeah, you need to go a little bit further than this, another like 5 feet, a few more steps.
I'll kind of give him a second, and then I will attempt to sneak again if I can. That's not pushing it too far.
Oh yeah, give me a stealth check. It's going to be much harder because he's close and alerted to your attention, so it's actually going to be an extreme, so the second column. So yeah, an 87 out of 20 gives it a hard one. You do not succeed. You try and take another step closer, and it goes... and this kind of bulb begins like pulsing, and the other creatures like and begin to like turn towards you, and they're rushing towards you at this point as you chuck it. You've got one way forward, which is down the corridor which you threw the thing, and they'd be chasing you, or you go back to where your friends are. Or forwards is 15 or 16 Dagonids.
I'll turn to the rest of the party, and I'll just say,
We're behind the door, though.
God
Yeah.
save the king. And I'll run off down the corridor singing the national anthem.
Oh my gosh! You have to do that now. Sing it.
God save our gracious king. Okay, yeah, there we go. And I'll sprint down that corridor, trying to pull as many of them away as possible.
Yeah, they all seem to be going after you. Thanks so much to Fred for following. Welcome to the adventure, Fred. You're a gentleman and a scholar. So it's at this point we're gonna have our viewer decision come in. So we're gonna. It's a great one. We've got, through his studying of the occult, Silas is now one of the Force and can use it. Force, lightning, push, and cuckold is a gift from God to save the world. Oh wait, chokehold.
No, I'm going with the first one.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So Silas, whilst you're inside the whilst you're inside this like locker room, you see like there's a control panel, and you're like, oh, well, what could this be? You're like, press a few buttons, but you realize too late that your fingers are wet and that there's live electricity going on. So you kind of like you shock yourself back and you fly into the back.
Is this salad?
Salad, yes.
No, salad.
An incredibly basic understanding of what electricity.
It's a crispy salad now.
Yeah, pretty a little bit overdone. And he's covered in dressing. In fact, the water kind of sprays him, and the electricity kind of like shocks through his body, and he's like smoking. Like smoke comes from the top of his head as. You see that most of his, whatever hair was left has been kind of like burnt off from the electricity. All the hair on his body, in fact. He's knocked out.
Great swimmer, though.
He's great swimmer. And a few moments later, he just comes round. You feel very different.
I can feel everything.
Turned into Nightcrawler.
Like, okay, so how long am I out for?
I mean, immediately you come back round. Like, you should have been out for a long time, but you've just come back.
When I kind of wake, like as I kind of wake up and look on this, like he kind of exhales as he's now one with the universe, even though he has no idea why. And I guess as he hears this kind of echoing sound down the corridor, and then have the fish people kind of running after him, can he kind of like look out the door, just sort of like Neo from the Matrix, and just like reach out and just stop all of them?
Sure.
Just like
we're gonna have a roll for this one.
Okay, what do you wanna roll?
Let's see what this could possibly be. I guess just like a power, because you do have unlimited power.
Unlimited power.
As Rethik said, unlimited salad.
It's a free salad bar.
That should be like. Hold on, I'm saving that for later.
Tell him to stop.
I'm saving that for later. Okay, so power roll.
The salad.
30 under 60. He is extreme.
Oh my god, that is extreme power. And you just like stop. There's like a whoom, and you just stop the Dagonids in their tracks.
Yeah, he's just like, he kind of just catches them, and they're all just like just kind of frozen in midair. As I guess George is still running down the hallway singing.
Yeah, George. Suddenly there's like there's no more like.
Send him victorious, happy and glorious, long to reign on. God, what the fuck was that? God.
You look back and they're not following you anymore.
I think it's the power of the national anthem that's done it.
When he turns back, can I close my fist and have them all just like hit each other and then fall to the ground?
Sure. So you can roll me a power for that again.
Oh, man, power forever.
Shots.
I'm gonna have to look at the second verse. No one ever knows the second verse.
No, I don't know that one either.
Look it up and sing it. You will get pure gold.
No, I don't know the second verse of the actually.
My choices gifts on him be pleased to pour. That sounds weird. There's some kind of Bukaki message in the national anthem.
No, that's not a success.
Give us ever cause to I'm not doing it again.
So that's a 99 power roll from Saladin.
Which should be really good. That's a cool number.
He's not quite attuned to his new ways. The power of
crystal first.
Yeah, exactly. He tries to like move them together, but basically they just like fall down in a jumbly mess, and you're like, I can't do it. That's a critical fail on a 99. And they all just
yourself into them.
And they're all like, and start running towards you. You're being rushed by like 15 or 16 of these guys, like just coming back towards you. Let's go back to Angus in the control room. So Angus, you're trying to work on Windows 21 here.
Windows 21.
Yeah. What was it called? Like XP
Windows ME.
XP is old.
ME was right after 98.
Oh yeah, there was like 95, 98, and there was XP, wasn't there? Yeah.
95, 98, ME, XP.
3.1.
XP is overrated though.
3.5 wasn't so good. Fourth was alright, and then
4th edition.
Windows 4th edition.
Windows 4th edition.
And 10th edition is where it's at, yeah.
is that how they do it? Oh.
10E Windows.
So yeah, you see that you're in a control room. This is getting back a few minutes time, I suppose.
Yeah.
You've been trying to figure out this computer thing.
Black magic.
Yeah, and you have Eric's like, I'm not entirely sure. It might be something to do with one wolf.
Paperclip shows up and it says, "Looks like you're trying to get rid of."
Looks like you're trying to get out of the.
When you said that, I just heard fucking Morrowind in my head.
What happened?
I'm not entirely sure.
Not entirely sure. Thanks so much
Entirely sure.
for following. Welcome to the adventure, my friend. You're a gentleman and a scholar. And then he said a salad. Welcome to your
Gentleman and a salad.
A gentleman and a salad.
Hi, lass. How you doing?
yeah, how's it going, Francis? So yes, you're
You were born under a certain sign. Now, what would that be?
So you're in a control room with Eric. He's trying to fiddle around with the wires. I'm not quite sure how this.
Hot wire a computer.
He's trying to like. And then you hear some like the kind of growling outside stops. Sounds like they've gone away.
Hey, what? No, just one moment. I almost have it here.
Okay.
What did you say?
The growl. They've gone. Can you hear that? They're not outside the door.
Oh, you're right. Okay. Well, why don't you go? You look. You keep an eye on that, and I'll go take a look.
And I'm gonna go try to see if I can.
Yeah. And thank you to Nova Angel for following. Welcome to the adventure, my friend. You're a gentleman and a scholar. Don't worry, Harland. I actually have to upload the most recent episode to YouTube, the one before this, because 24-hour stream knocked me out my uploading schedule. So we're gonna.
It didn't have me either, so you thought, what's the point?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Gareth's not there,
Lack of Gareth.
What's a penultimate episode without Gareth? So.
right?
At least you're in the finale for this one. I missed the finale of Curse of Strahd.
You did, yeah.
Stupid work.
So you there's no like window to look out, so the only way to really check is to actually open the door. Which is because they could just be like hiding on the other side.
Yeah.
Is there any like? Do you have any camera access there?
Do they have cameras? I don't even know. I don't know what's happening in this.
Live
crazy
cameras,
technology.
I do not think were a thing in the 40s.
They don't have. They don't really have cameras now.
Nah.
Or like a weird like 1921, like slightly steampunk, but not really. Kind of like some technology, but not a lot.
Could be like a pinhole camera.
Right. I'm gonna open the door. You're
Okay.
right.
Are you sure that's a wise idea?
Well, I'm not sure what we're looking at there. Do you have any idea what you're looking at on that screen there?
Well, I think I'm through to the first hurdle. There's a manual here.
Oh, well, you didn't look
I
at
also
that.
have to call tech support, but all I get is I get through to India.
That's all. It's good though that that India's still about. That's
Of course, yes. If one thing will ever survive, it's
hey,
call centers.
yes. So all right. So what have you figured out?
He says, well, I there's that thing outside. I figured if we could somehow find the missiles, we could perhaps deter it.
Right. What do you need me to do? You need me to go find the missiles, or do you have it and pulled up right there?
He says, it says that the emergency hatch was opened a few minutes ago. It could be our friends. Be worth checking outside.
Right. All right. You stay here. I'll go look.
Nice.
Nice.
Very well. He grabs on like the knives from the dead bodies from there as well. Just needs it. You open it up, and outside you see that there is your friends. Cecily, Jennifer, and Salad standing there. and Silas just does a kind of like weird thing where he stops them with his hands. He looks like completely insane. They all stop, and then he tries to do something else, and then they kind of just begin moving and just rushing towards them, to Cecily and Silas. And there's no sign of George at this point.
So what I'm seeing is now a clash of the anglerfish people and my friends.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna, I guess, try to fire a shot at the crowd of anglerfish things while before they kind of meet.
Okay. You can roll me a firearms check.
Very well. Here it comes. I have a shitty firearm. Hope I don't kill you.
Oh, good. I got a 9.
Nice. So you just kind of like pop one in the back of the head, and you just hear it go down as you fire out from your revolver. Silas and Cecily, what are you doing?
Screaming.
Good.
I will also scream.
Excellent.
Me and Salad stood at the back like,
You guys screaming.
Don't worry, that was me.
I will kind of scream and put my hands out in front of me and see what happens.
All right, so one more power check.
Can this one be lightning? Because it said something about lightning. So I like
your
lightning.
hands dissolve.
Unlimited.
One more power check. Don't fail me now. I'm gonna fail. That was not good.
I fail.
I fail.
I don't see a fail roll. Am I?
Mine doesn't show up.
Yeah, I don't see it anyway.
It's a 62
It
under
didn't happen.
60.
What did you roll?
If you roll in your private window,
No, it's
incognito window, private.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Girl.
62.
62 out of like 60.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, roll 20 says my connection is slow. Like,
Okay, now everyone just bounced out of roll 20, and I'm the only.
yeah, it just kicked me out of roll 20.
Really?
Oh my.
Oh yeah, your connection to the server.
Yeah, I kicked us all out. Maybe roll 20
Now
is
we're
going down.
I was fine. I was there, so
Now you guys are coming back.
get wrecked.
Yeah.
No more.
No, it totally didn't happen. That was cocked. I get a do-over.
Cut to roll.
But yeah, it's a couple.
Yeah, the cockhold. Yeah, the power of cockhold.
Power.
So you try and stop them,
Power
but
of cuckold.
it's too late, Silas. As he is they're on 19, so you're going to take some damage from these guys. You take 5 wounds as one of them just kind of like tears his claws in across your chest. You try and stop them, but there's just kind of blood all over your hands. Cecily behind him. Jennifer just grabs you and throws you into a secure room.
Okay.
Slams the door, shuts behind you.
Stop banging on the door.
Silas and Jennifer are outside. Jennifer starts getting like her gun out and starts firing away. She takes one of them down. I guess we'll do this like vague turn order in the kind of way that we've been doing it. So we'll have we'll say that Angus is first because he was pretty good quick off the bat before. Then we'll have Silas, the bad guys, and then we'll have George. And then we'll have Cecily, because she's trapped in a thing, so you can try and break out. So, Angus, what are you doing?
So there's I fired into them. I'm gonna. And how many are heading towards them?
Now at this point there are 14.
I'm gonna say
Head towards the security building over there. Doors open and Eric's in there.
So the problem that you face with that is such is that you've come out the security door. You're here. They are in front of you, and the Dagoners are kind of running towards them. They're on the other side of the creature. So you kind of fire into the back of them. You take one out from the back of the head.
Okay, I'm gonna do that.
Cecily's locked in the airlock at this point.
Okay, I'm gonna try to fire at them again, I guess. I've got 7 more bullets. I could take out half of them.
You can do more than one shot, I believe. On a turn. I think you can take 2 shots a turn.
Okay, let's do it. And I'm not. This is a dumb idea. Got better roll. Can I fire it? Like, can I like move towards them, fire, and then like try to throw one at another one or something? Because I have a better brawl, and I feel like.
Okay, yeah. Good work.
All right, I'm gonna fire and miss horribly. Yep. And now I'm gonna try to. Like, how horribly do I miss there?
I mean, there's 75 as you fire it in. You probably hit one just because there's so many of them, but it just bounces off the scale.
Okay. And then I'm going to try to grab one and try to throw it at another one with a 33 under 60.
Nice, that's pretty good. So you go ahead and describe to me
Yeah, there was probably one like I fired at, and like as it like bounced off the scale, maybe it like felt it or something, and it like reels its head back, and like it tries to like growl, and I grab that little like angler ball thing, grab that, and then like a spine or like one of the gills on its back or something gross, and then I just kind of like heave it at another one, and I assume it's really slippery, so it's hard for me to actually get a really sweet throw, but try to heave one into another one to try to make a path towards my friends.
Nice. So that's 13 of them. You take one down, which is pretty cool. And welcome so much to Crimson Creek. You are a gentleman and a scholar. Thank you for following, my friends. So let's see. So that was Angus going there. So Stylus, you are being rent asunder.
Stylus.
By 13 of these Dagonets.
Stylus.
The only thing, the only thing I really will, I will kind of try and do, and I don't even know if I'm really trying to do it. It's more of a reaction. I'll kind of look through, like watch as Cecily's kind of thrown in behind the security door and it kind of closes, and then as these things kind of tear claws into me, I will just kind of like push outwards with all the force that I have, and hopefully die taking as many of these things with me as I can.
Nice. All right, roll me a power. Should any one man have all that power?
I don't have all that much power. Nope. So I don't even know why. Like, I don't have any power. I think I can do things, but I actually can't.
Yeah, you were shocked and you're like, I'm full of electricity, but you're not.
It was
the adrenaline.
Nothing actually happened.
All in his head. So on a 90, which is pretty bad. You try and kind of like throw your arms out, but you're kind of like beating away at the door, and you can see through the window as Silas's arms, and he's just being like clawed to death by these creatures, just like raking his back, and then you see them just kind of like dive into his back and start ripping out his internal organs and eating them.
And as they do, he's just gonna kind of like he's gonna say,
No, is he getting in? Salad.
This is what you wanted from me. As they kind of tear into his body.
Nice.
So what I wanted from you. You're a
He's talking up there.
Nice.
Oh, to God! Oh, I thought you were talking to me.
You're being ripped apart.
Pretty sure I'm in a cell trying to get out. I can't.
Yeah,
see.
you're kind of beat the door. You see him just kind of like sliding against the door as he's been eaten.
Can I hear him being eaten?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, salad.
They actually start putting like Thousand Islands on it.
No one hears this, but very quietly he's gonna say, "Thank you for purchasing the salad bar."
Okay, now I felt bad, but now I actually want you to die. So.
You made a pun. It's your fault.
Oh man. So Silas goes down. It's me up here.
Shut down.
Salad down.
Salad man down.
Salad down.
It's the Dagonets. I guess we'll spend that turn shooting them. We're all out salad, guys. So it's going to be Jennifer's turn here, and Jennifer just opens up with her gun, firing out into the crowd. She's got some kind of automatic weapon firing off here, and you see Punish. He's done that. So
healthy is hilarious.
Monkey fluff.
I know, I love that. That was so good.
Owen. god.
So,
So bad.
yeah, she starts opening up and just lays waste to a couple of these creatures, which she takes down like 4 of them. So like 9 of them left, and they're kind of like being pushed back by the force of her gun, just like firing out. But on George, your turn, you hear this commotion. There's like screaming. There's bullets flying everywhere. You can look back down the corridor, and you're not in action at this point. What are you doing?
I immediately kind of revert back into the mindset of the trenches. Because the gunshots, the screaming, I guess I could smell the tinge of blood on the air. I pull out my knife and I wander back down the tunnel. Can I see when I get into the room again? Are they both like I've got my friends either side of the room now? Have I with these horrible things in the middle?
Yeah, you're kind of exactly. Silas has been eaten, and it's being eaten.
Okay. Lettuce move on already.
Hey!
Lol.
Oh dear.
So, do I see where Cecily is?
You can probably hear me smacking my own body against the door.
You're
Scream.
Just slapping your body.
Guys,
Oh
getting a
my
little bit
God.
of latency there.
Thank you so much to Frags for subscribing. Thank you so much, my friend. You're the most gentlemanly of scholars. Hop up in the sub-tub, my friend.
Love you more too.
Sub-tub. We're all in the sub-tub.
Nice and soapy in here. Bring a bath. PTSD activated.
Yeah.
Hey, you see that? That Cecily is trapped in a door.
I'm just gonna start burying my knife in the back of these things. I'm fully triggered. I just want blood. I'm screaming, "Come on, Jerry!" And I'm just stabbing this knife into the back.
Jerry, he's gone full hold.
Yes.
Oh my god.
All right.
Yeah, so it's not pretty. I'm biting. I'm sticking the knife in. I'm ripping.
I'm in a clan.
Yeah, I am. They are fish people, so I'm.
That is true. Yeah, literally.
Just bite off the weird angler bulb and spit it in the other face of another one.
Yeah. Do you want fighting brawl?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
21 under 50.
21 under 50 is a success. So go ahead and describe how we how you stab it and how you kill one of these creatures.
Yeah, I imagine I pull it towards me by its angular bulb thing. I put my knife in its eye and I just keep following through. So like my fist and upper arm follows through the eye socket, and then I wrench it back.
When he slams the clam and follows through. All right, so
Slams the clam.
all right,
What a man.
what a man. Cecily, it's your turn.
I'm still in the room.
You are in the room.
There's not much else I can do.
I mean, you can try and get out of the room if you wanted.
Yeah, well, I'm not. That's why I'm kind of like rattling the doors and banging on the wall.
Cecily.
I'm gonna try and open the door. Should we try that?
Yeah, you can try and open the door. You're gonna need to kind of like shove it a fair amount because Silas's body is on the other side.
Oh
of the door.
no, she's gonna really have an issue.
You're gonna have to like slam his face in at the door, or into his face to open it.
Oh, there it is.
Pretty gruesome.
Whoop,
Tear 'em in
there
half.
it is. Okay, so what would I have to roll?
We'll say
Not necessarily smashing Salad's face, but like trying to get the door open.
Silas check. I think it's up there.
Hope Silas.
Yeah.
Yeah, power would work for this one.
Silas.
Yeah.
Shit.
And thank you so much to Pyrolux Elias following. We'll just call you Pyro. Welcome to the event. You try and read that word. Welcome to the event, my friend. You're a gentleman and a scholar. Smoke piece of shit, Brian. Pyrolux Emilius.
Pyrolux Emilius.
That's a good word. That's a nice name. Okay, so yeah, that's a 98 power. So what's happening at this point, Cecily, is you're slamming Silas's face in
Oh
the
no.
door, and you don't realize that's what's happening. That's why you're shoving it, it's like not working, then you shove it again. There's something in his face. You're like,
Oh, Silas.
so good.
I'm so sorry.
You don't know that this is happening, so you're like,
I know.
something's knocking that door. But damn. It's not going too well right there.
I've got no fucking face left. I'm so sorry.
You are destroying that salad.
Not tossing it though, right?
Yeah.
What a death.
What a glorious death. It is Angus's turn.
All right, so
There are 8 of them left.
yeah,
I threw one to try to clear a path. Is there a path to that door?
There is, yeah, but there's also Silas stuck in the door. You see it like being kind of partly opened, and then
it's just getting torn apart, and I'm like, oh crap! All right,
Can I go and I want to open the door, whether that means kick Silas's body away or what, but I want to open the door and I want to get a hold of Cecily. I don't know if I can do this all in one round.
So I was just thinking how hilarious would it be if the door was actually a pull from the inside. It's just like, it doesn't work this way.
why is this not working?
And I've just unnecessarily been slamming.
Locked.
Unnecessary slamming is the worst kind. So yeah, you can open the door. It'll be like a power check to throw it open. Just kind of rush through, throw Cecily out.
Power.
Unlimited power. Oh, I rolled dex. How the shit? Oh, okay. Yeah, still wrong. 86 out of 60.
So you try and open it, but Silas's head is really well and truly jammed. Like, it really is stuck. It's like sticking in the door. Like,
It's all up in the hinges. His eye sockets.
Oh, no!
It's made the handle slippery at this point.
And it's not like from her banging the door. It's just like the weird Dagonids were just decorating and smearing his gross.
This would look nice. Yeah, I tuck it in the hand
Like-
and then
like
rub
Christmas
the candle with
lights?
his blood.
They're just really into interior design.
Yeah, they're just like.
We need a splash of brains right here.
But yeah, so I'll. I guess that's my turn. I'm gonna try to open, but I don't know if it takes a turn to open or what. But I want to get.
So, I mean, you can try again. You do get like 2 actions.
Yep, truth. All right, let me try that again. I guess.
Nice.
Right, here we go. I rolled the same damn thing. What the hell?
Bridge. The exact same.
That is incredibly weird.
That is very, very legit. Actually happening. There you go. What's the revolver? How's it going, man? So, yeah, you just can't open it up. There's just too much salad head in the way of this door, and you're just slamming it over and over. Not quite pulling anything off. All right, so that's Angus's turn.
Slamming that salad.
It's Silas's turn.
I'll
Silas,
take my turn to say we're only 2 retweets away from another viewer decision.
hey, there you go.
So that.
Bring it back as a Dark Lord of Pestilence. We've all seen that before 3 times.
Right. All right, it's Jennifer's turn. Jennifer is gonna roll a dice because she's like that, and she's gonna shoot out triple fire. She rolls a 2, and she begins to decimate another 3 of these guys. Just going out into the corridor, taking them down. They're falling by the wayside by her. George, it's your turn. You're still stabbing them.
Yeah, I'm still going primal. That is a 1 under 50.
It's going
That was
Wow. Yeah,
Yes.
you can kill like 2 of these guys. Describe how you do that in an awesome fashion.
So I stab one in the fishy throat and full on rip that out, and then with my foot I kick up Salad's knife, and it goes straight into the forehead of another fish man.
Nice.
And I yell at Salad, "Get up!
The face is split open.
Pick up that eyeball and get into the fight. Go over, soldier."
He does not have a head at this point. It's been mushed in.
Oh no.
It's like quite concave at this point.
Can we spend another 5 minutes describing that? Because
It's like a burst watermelon.
Watermelon.
It's like the remnants of a Gallagher
now I
concert.
need watermelon. I need to go get one.
Oh man. Just like one of your actions, you can do one other thing on your turn.
Can I attack again?
You may.
Old 10 fate.
Attempt it.
28 under 50.
Oh yeah, that's another success. So you can roll damage.
Roll damage. How the hell do I do that?
Whatever damage a knife is. So seeing as you crit before, you kind of we just tried to kill him. So I feel like a knife is like a d6.
Okay.
Is it?
I don't know.
4.
I don't know. I don't fucking know.
I'll just grab one of them and start smashing his face into the floor, probably right on top of Salad's head.
Yeah.
Grinding it further.
Running into salad dressing. You take one of these guys down. There's only 2 of them remaining, and it's Cecily's turn. The door is still jammed.
The door is still jammed.
The door is still jammed, Cecily. What are you doing?
Trying to open it still.
Alright, you know what to
Scream
do.
through the door.
I could hear you. How about you push
What's
and I'll pull?
happening?
Normally this would be, you wouldn't even need to roll, but because you're trying to get out of here quickly.
Yeah. Would you like me to roll?
Yes, I would, please. A power.
A power.
I'd like you to thank Jakar for following. Welcome to the adventure, Jakar. You're a gentleman and a scholar.
I will not.
Thank you, Jakar.
Thank you. Thank you. Alright then.
There's a roll. Do I get out yet?
You do.
Yes!
You kind of just go, "Grrr," and you just slam the door through. And as you slam the door, you dislodge Silas's head from his shoulders as you finally just kind of go, slam it through, and the steel just kind of goes all the way through his neck and attaches the head. And you look down at what you've done, and you're outside, and all these kind of corpses of the Dagonids, and there's only 2 of them left. Still fighting, but Silas is no more.
Should we roll an insanity check for that?
I was going to
Yeah,
say
roll,
sanity
yeah.
check
Bang
that.
of necks.
Yeah.
Alright, sanity check. It's one of your friends just
We're
gone
both
down.
right there, right?
I like
So-
how you,
Yeah,
I like
yeah.
how you threw in that Silas is no more. Like that wasn't the case for the last 10 minutes.
Oh my god.
I missed like 2.
Ooh. It's, you only lose 2 sanity then from your total pull. So you're down to 38. And Cecily succeeds, so she doesn't snap. She's seen crazier shit than this.
Yeah.
Of course I have. I gave birth to the end of times. Do you know
It's
what I mean?
true, yeah. I mean, so you,
It was the worst of times.
it was.
It was the birth of times as well.
So you break through the door. You've got another action. There's 2 of these creatures still kind of fighting George and Jennifer at this point.
I'm going to grab one of them by the neck.
Okay.
I'm going to stare at them and say, stop.
It stops.
Other man.
It just like, its claws are like out. You know when like cats kind of like get their claws out kind of thing, and just kind of like tracks them.
Yeah.
And just kind of like looks towards you, like his big bulbous fishy eyes,
What do you think you're doing?
You see
Don't
like
answer back.
Don't talk back to me.
you smell like rotten fish coming from its mouth.
Do you not brush your teeth? Enough. What are you doing? She lets go of him. Throws
like-
him backwards into the other one.
It, like stops. It kind of throws back into the other one, and the other one kind of looks at you, and they both kind of like tilt their fishy heads.
Get out. Go.
They begin running away, off and down the corridor which George was previously running down.
Is he still in there?
No, he's kind of fighting in this brawl with you guys.
Mesmerizing.
So you guys are kind of left on your own. Jennifer's there, like covered in blood, her like automatic rifle, automatic machine gun, kind of.
Is it just me and Jennifer in the room?
You and Jennifer and Silas' dead body. Angus is also there. George is here as well, and Eric is like peeking his head out of the security.
I'm gonna go and hug Jennifer and ask her if she's okay. Are you okay? What's wrong? You can rest now. They've gone. I'm so sorry I couldn't get out any earlier.
She says, thank you. Wow, I didn't know I had it in me.
I knew you had it in you.
Why did they stop when you talked to them like that?
I can't explain that now. Well, I'll explain later. I think I've figured something out. And she goes and she goes to sort of Silas's dead body, I guess.
Sure.
What's left of it?
Yeah, there's a head at one part which has been attached rather brutally, and his face has been like mushed in concave kind of way, and the body has been ripped apart as well.
Is there are we still in the British Embassy at this point? Oh no, we're not. We're in the sub, aren't we?
Yeah, no, you're not in the sub. No. So the sub went away. You swam out of the sub. Remember? Now you're in the dome. You left Angus previously, so you're in like a fairly secure kind of area.
Is there any like sheets or blankets or curtains or blinds or anything like that? No material. No,
it's like all metal here.
I'm going to do my best to put the pieces of Silas together in one place.
Right, nice.
And just sort of put them, attempt to sort of drag him to one side, or what's left of him. Have a little cry to myself in the corner.
Eric kind of peeks out and says, "Is everything okay?" Looks at Silas. Oh dear. And thank you to Highland Lass, who donates £4 and says, "I'm thinking they all need a little inspiration from the far north." Thank you so much, Highland Lass.
Thank you
so much.
So this is also a great point to have our retweets viewer decision.
Mm-hmm.
So underneath the line in chat, which you're about to see appear, you guys throw your ideas as to what could happen next. Silas has just been killed brutally. His head has been detached in the most horrific of manners. They are also trapped aboard one of these domes, whilst a giant sea creature is outside. He's probably about to come and destroy them and take down another one of these domes like it did before. So go ahead, throw your ideas into the chat. We'll put together a straw poll. Most popular decision will happen. If you haven't followed, hit that follow button and join us. You get a bunch of gold when you do so, and you get to catch all of our shows. We're here 5 nights a week, 10 shows every single week, and 150 hours a month, so no excuse not to. This campaign is the finale, but next week we're playing the same group, Storm King's Thunder, so that's going to be pretty exciting. So you can tune in to Storm King's Thunder this time next week. Yeah, yes please, Nix, if you do it. What's up there, Night Tabletop? How's it going, buddy? Shout out to that guy. They're one of the other folks involved in the weekly community spotlight on Twitch. We'll see one from Twitch tonight, actually. Tomorrow. I think it might be Thursday, right? Yes, other than that though, speaking of domes, we are sponsored this week to promote Domes Kickstarter. Domes of Ishak Sakura is a cool D&D 5th edition Pathfinder set, which is coming out on Kickstarter at the moment. They're nearly funded all the way. They're doing really, really well. We're playing the game all the way through next week, so we'll have extra shows next week. So look forward to that. We can see it play. But this is kind of a teaser exclusive for those of you before we actually play through the game. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. Very great, yes. So let's dive into it again, and we'll get some viewer decisions. Maybe Salad will come back. Maybe who knows? Maybe he'll just come back in a form of dressing.
Who knows?
On the other characters, we'll find out. So, but Eric comes down and says, "Oh dear, I'm terribly sorry."
Cecily hugs Eric.
He hugs back. "It's so good to see you. Well, and thank you so much for coming back for us."
We weren't going to leave you behind. And she goes and hugs Angus as well.
There was a moment there where we thought you might.
No. What was it you said, George? Leave no man behind?
I'm just there kind of breathing snot and drool hanging from my mouth, covered in viscera, just quietly humming a national anthem to myself.
I'm going to go and just sort of gently pat your head.
Like, for a second, the moment you come at me, I hold that knife to you for a second, and then my eyes kind of flash back. Sorry, I don't know what happened there.
It's okay.
So, is everyone okay?
Everyone.
What is that other one?
I don't think he made it. honestly, I don't think he blatantly didn't make it. Look at his head, you know.
He's on the floor there.
Oh. Well,
He died defending his friends as best he could.
I didn't think he had it in him, but he proved me wrong. He was a good man.
aye.
Yes, a man of God till the end.
I just kind of whisper, "Thank you, friend," and I shake the corpse's hand.
Oh no, that's so sad. George, don't miles on me.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well,
So what do we do here?
I suppose we could give him a burial of sorts. So
It's safe right here.
two of those creatures ran off, but Cecily, you seem to have some way to control them almost.
I think I've worked something out. You know when you mentioned about... Do forgive me, Jennifer. When you mentioned about Jennifer and... I can't remember the gentleman's name. What was his name?
Tony.
Tony.
One of the two.
Jeff. It was Jeff.
Yeah.
Yeah. I tried it out on the Degonids, seeing as they are supposedly direct from myself.
Well, then the experiment was a success, in a way.
It was. In a horribly sad way.
Perhaps we could perform the aerial of sorts in the security room where we can be safer. We don't want those things to come back.
I agree. Yes, let's go and try that now. Come on, we've no time.
Of course. George, Angus, if you will help me with the body.
Yes. Fine.
I carry him by two arms. I pick up one of the arms, which is probably
Off
slightly
his
further
body
away.
already.
Yeah. Take the head.
Right.
There's a bucket over there. You probably use that for the rest of it.
Yeah. Give me I need a broom or something. Is there a...
I've got a dustpan.
So,
We carry him through into the security.
Like trying to sweep spaghetti into a dustbin.
Mom's spaghetti.
okay, so you leave.
I make sure I shut the door behind us as well.
Yeah, you shut the door behind you. You're in this big, great room with this giant, ancient computer before you, and Eric says, "There's not really a hole to put him in, but I suppose there's the floorboards as such." And he kind of opens up one of those like corrugated kind of like boards, which kind of leads down into like a crawl space for tech repairs and stuff like that. Big enough to put someone in. He says, "Perhaps that would do." It's the best we've got.
I think that's the best
like it.
Very well. Then, if we'd like to lower him in as respectfully as possible.
Yeah, I'll try. And I just
Tip
like
the
let
bucket
go.
up.
Oh. Slop.
Slip the blood.
Slip the blob goes in. Well, if there's any words that you'd like to speak about what was his name again?
Salad.
I thought so. Well, if anyone would like to speak, now would be the time.
Solus was a fine man. A man who was a bit hard to read at times, but a man of God, nonetheless. He served every one of his days as a man, as a Lamb of God. But today, he was not a lamb, but merely a shepherd. He had led a flock of friends into battle. And there he fell, honorably. His shepherd on high has herded him into the field of pearly gates. Rest easy, friend.
Eric kind of nods and says, anyone else? George?
I kind of step forward. They should not grow old, as we that are left grow old. They should not weary them, or the years condemn. The going down of the sun in the morning.
Morning. We will
Remember him. I kind of just kneel it there. Thank you, friend. You died as a soldier.
Cecily, as his friend, it seems appropriate.
She's just in bits. She can't. I have nothing to add.
I understand.
There's nothing left to say.
Well, as is tradition, we'll now say the Lord's Prayer together. We're all ready?
No.
Don't you test me. Who else in heaven?
Hallowed be
Thy name.
thy will.
Come. Thy will be done. On earth as it is in heaven.
Last day,
Our daily
our
bread.
daily salad bread.
Forgive us. On molasses.
Molasses,
As we forgive those who plant crests against us.
of course.
Exit light, enter night.
Take my hand. We're off to Never Never Land.
Thank you for getting that.
Did you like your funeral, Brian?
You can't see it, but I'm crying a little.
It had war poetry.
Salad dressing.
What poetry, Metallica, the Lord's Prayer.
And thank you so much to Obfuscating Deity and Chinocte for following. Welcome to the event, my friends, both gentlemen and scholars. Oh boy. So as this is happening, you see, Eric just put a grate on over the top, and he kind of pauses for a second. He looks down, and he sees the viewer decision is coming to effect, and that small, squirmy, eel-like protrusions are emerging from Silas's neck. And as all watch, horrified, you carry back to his body. The two merge. Silas rises. He must roll on the magic burst table to see. So,
Oh my god.
you see that there are, these little tentacles just like coming out of his neck, and the tentacles just begin to like crawl his head towards him, and just kind of like shuffle towards him, and then like reattach his tendons from the neck onto his shoulder.
You know the scene in The Thing where the head separates from the dude?
It's been a very long time.
The scene where the guy's neck stretches and rips, and then the head.
Oh yeah, that rings a bell.
It's
Yeah,
literally that scene, but in reverse.
in reverse. Yeah.
You know how much this stings?
So it begins to be reattached, but I guess we'll roll on the wild magic table for this one for you.
Alright.
Silas.
What was that, D50 million?
Yes.
It's
10,000.
Which is basically 50 million.
Yeah, I mean,
It's close enough.
In American, that's 50 million. Right?
yeah, that's how numbers work.
That's what's that in
We got our own numbers.
Just like the economy. All right, so what
I
do we
got
know you roll?
8182.
8182 is hello. All cloth within 50 yards can never be rendered invisible.
You don't go up or down one, it doesn't really work.
Yeah. In fact, this one works better. All cloth within 50 yards begins to digest itself. So, in true like apocryphal fashion, all of your clothes that you're wearing made of cloth, and you're wearing like an armored suit, so that doesn't count. But all like the cloth clothing beneath it.
I'm still wearing a suit.
So
begins,
are you telling me they see my head reattach and they feel their
Are you in a full
pants
suit,
disappear?
Viv?
And now you're naked. Oh my god.
So your
It's aqua suit. No.
clothes just begin to like wrinkle and like shrivel, and you see like
Not the wrinkle.
like juices pouring out of them as they kind of like eat themselves up, like a kind of acidic kind of way. You can like take them off as you realize what's going on, and they're just in a pile, just eating themselves up. Eric has the same problem. You and Eric are now kind of mostly not wearing clothes.
You say problem, I say solution.
Mm-hmm.
Cecily is distraught.
Could I throw them? We brought scuba suits for them, didn't we? Or
Yeah.
underwater. What's happening? Put these on you. Yeah. I don't need to see that.
Sorry. It's really cold down here. It's not just it's the frigid air. I promise. Cecily, if you could just turn around, please.
I'm so sorry.
Not impressed.
I turned to Eric. I turned to Eric. Is that another one of those eels?
And Eric,
Checking out my Anger's column.
Eric is much more concerned after he puts on the suit by the fact that Silas's eyes are now open.
Has he said anything to us? Because he's bent down over, isn't he?
He's just gonna kind of like slowly kind of rise it up from the ground and just.
I take out my gun.
Yeah, I pull out my knife.
Lazarus.
Where am I?
You've got a second and a half to tell me my name before I slit your throat.
1.
George.
All right, pass the test. What the hell happened? You were
dead.
Your
Your
head
head
was
was not there.
I watched myself die.
Go on.
Did you see your god? Is that who did this?
I saw a black void that stretched on for eternity. And in the depths of it, there was a solitary shape floating. It reached for me in the darkness, and I felt it crawl inside my soul. He kind of looks down, like looks at his hands. He says, "It grabbed me, and it pulled me back, and I think it may have left a piece of itself."
I'm no man of God, but I know a demon when I see it.
Things came out of his neck. Are we sure he's quite well? Do you feel like
Cecily's gonna go over and grab his face.
Give me a kiss right in the nose.
He's gonna give him a little kiss.
it feels really cold? Like
Ask him. He's really cold.
definitely cold.
Can you hear me? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely cold. Yeah. Sorry, do you mean out?
No, I mean I was in character.
Oh.
Yes, of course I can. Where are we?
What's
what
my-
happened?
What's my name?
Cecily Chadwick.
What's your name?
He kind of looks down. He says,
Take out.
He's my baby daddy.
He says, "I know that I know my name is Silas, but I feel like there is something else. There's a piece of something dark and intelligent that writhes inside my head. It's like a cold tentacle across my psyche."
Okay. Well, if you're feeling quite well, then I suppose we should keep an eye on several eyes on you, just to make sure that you're well. And it 100% shoots you guys like a "what the fuck is up with this guy" kind of look.
I kind of just listen. I'm saying this as a friend. If you show any signs of being anything like them, I'll kill you myself.
He'll kind of very quickly, like actually surprisingly quickly, he has a reaction. He just kind of grabs George's collar and pulls him a little bit closer. He says, "Do not hesitate."
If you do that again, I'll do it. Like, you won't have to ask me. And you see that the blades are like literally touching your throat at this point.
Yeah, he's not moving. He's just like staring you in the eyes intensely.
Cecily backs away very slowly, like a cat that's been caught in the wrong fight.
And I reach towards your belt and I take away the knife that was in there.
I think you already kicked it away from me.
Well, I saw that look. I disarm you.
You just slowly unbuckle.
It's the slow
With my teeth.
continued eye contact.
So I take away the knife. Better get out of that right then.
Slunk.
No, you already kicked his knife away, remember? You kicked
Yeah,
it into a...
just in case you had any. I was just trying to make a point.
Just
checking.
filling him up for knives.
Yeah,
You probably have
That knife in your pocket, or
Or, no, it's an eel.
Hey, is that an eel in your pocket?
Let's get on this. We haven't got much time.
We've got about 47 minutes left.
so Eric says, well, listen, whilst you were out there doing all of your the fighting, I found something. And you hear another.
Hold on, I think I may have...
Is that dubstep?
Yes, that's dubstep is, Gareth. And it's just like begins to like shake the walls and kind of rattle kind of anything loose around here, knock mugs off the tables and the like. And Eric says it's getting closer, and he says on this radar. And it kind of shows you like a radar panel, and you see that there is like this giant blip getting closer as it kind of like swoops around each time. There's this big blip coming into the center of your radar, which is of course the dome itself. And you can only assume this is the giant creature getting ever closer towards you. It's slow and lumbering, but like once it gets here, it's just immediate destruction of the dome for you. So he says we need to find a way to stop it or to get it to turn back. That we have missiles which we can fire if we had the codes, but the UPH have the codes in their secure headquarters.
What about? Is there an armory or anything like that? Is there a map?
Yes, there's an armory also under UPH control.
What does Jennifer think of this? Have you told Jennifer?
Jennifer says, "This is the first I've heard of this. I do know the codes. If you could get me there, I could get in."
Let's get Jennifer there.
It's like I put the scuba in my mouth because I feel like I'm dressed up as Scuba Steve and I start flapping. Large flippers because that's the only clothes I have right now.
These are
Is it just you without the clothes on, or did it affect all of us?
No, because we're already in stupid suits. Apparently.
Yeah, but you're
Everyone's in suits except for me. I was just looking down.
Oh, thank God.
in my actual dress suit.
He's just in his birthday suit right now.
But they are
Yeah.
commando under the suits, right?
What's that?
They are commando under the scuba suits, right?
Oh yeah.
Completely.
Okay. Just clarifying.
So naked under those clothes.
I may not be a religious man, but you can tell.
All right then. So you head off down the corridor to attempt to go to the missile room of the armory to fire missiles in time to stop this creature from getting towards. Oh man. So Scuba Steve. So you head on down through the corridor which George was previously running down, and it's kind of deathly quiet around the station. There's only kind of occasional like crackle of sparking electricity and wires around the place, like short-circuiting out. Occasionally we hear the sound of like running footsteps and screaming, and then the growls and howls of the Dagonids hunting down other people on board who are still alive and haven't evacuated. So you get to the UPH headquarters, and just as you kind of turn a corner, you see the kind of massive blast door before you, which you entered previously. And Jennifer sees like the control badges. I'll go and get this. And then just as that happens, there's another kind of sound coming through, just kind of like reverberates through your ears. And Silas, you feel something quite primal, kind of like almost like it's like a trigger for you. It's just a trigger warning. You feel like just something like shift, like it says something else to you than it does to anyone else. To everyone else, it sounds just like a foghorn, but to you, it seems like a kind of like awakening. You see that Jennifer kind of opens the doors, and Eric's taken out the portable radar with him, and he says, "It's close. We have but a few minutes." And Jen's like kind of slams on the commands, opens the blast door, and again you're in a similar room to one before, but giant computers are kind of everywhere in here, and there's huge like filing cabinets and huge kind of filing system for you guys as well. So Eric says, all right, break out around the room. We need to find the missile codes. There must be somewhere around here. Cover enough space and one of us should find something.
What do they look like? What will there just be numbers or?
I guess a file, and then there's probably numbers and series of numbers and letters, I'd assume.
I looked at a shelf which is just hundreds and hundreds of files. Okay, this isn't going to be easy.
Well, unless anyone else has any clever ideas, and I suggest looking quickly. And he just runs off to grab the nearest files.
All the files.
Yeah, every one of them.
Can we do a check to look for files? Is there an admin check?
There is a library use, which is basically this, yeah.
Oh god. Okay, I have a little bit library
It's
use.
like identifying like which place you should be at and which like
I'll start pulling down files and having a look.
Sure.
Oh, 22 out of 20. That is close.
Nice. That's pretty good. Sure. So you find a file which looks is highly encrypted and highly redacted, and also in some kind of code. But it has, you've got enough code breaking skills. You've done some time yourself to notice a few words which would suggest that these are missiles or some kind of explosive device at the very least.
I found this. Like something about explosives, but that's the best that I can use. This place is not in the Dewey Decimal. I don't know what I'm doing.
Someone see if it works. Put it into the computer. If anyone can work this damn thing. Cecily, you're good with stuff like this, right? You can do this.
I'll give it a go.
Remember, you guys also have like inspiration from Highland.
Use my inspiration to do this.
Yeah.
Okay. What shall I roll?
So let's see what skill would be appropriate. If there's any computers thing, let's have a look here.
There's mech use.
Ooh,
I guess.
education.
You wouldn't be educated in this.
Intelligence.
Just a straight intelligence, I guess, because it's like your intuition that you're using here more than anything else. It's like, you know how like old people don't know how to use computers or like find things. And young people are like, well, the X is always going to be at this place. That's how you X out programs and stuff like that. It's kind of like damn old people, eh? And thank you so much to the Junior of Wisdom for following. Welcome to the bench, my friend. You're a gentleman and a scholar.
That actually makes 30 out of 30.
Oh, shit!
Ew.
All right, then. So, guys, I'm glad that we hit this point right now because we're at the finale with only a few scenes left to go, and it's a viewer decision time. So there is a giant sea creature coming in to destroy them at the dome. They are trying to find the missiles to destroy them, and see how that goes, if it's possible, for them to launch them out. But it's the end, so I want to know what you guys think would be a cool ending for this story, or potential ending that I could use to work in to our story. So does, for instance, maybe it turns out that Solace is infected by this creature and turns on the party, or maybe the creature does in fact go into the dome and destroy them, or something else. I know you guys have helped me write this all the way through, so I'm sure you guys have got some good ideas as to what could happen next here. So throw some ideas, and we'll do our best to accommodate them. All right, then. So you have the code. What did you roll, Cecily?
I rolled 49. Is it the first one on the bottom? Yeah.
Yeah. Let me see here. Yeah, it's 4970. So it's a success. So you put in the codes. You find out the right program to run, like the missile program.
The Necronomicon.
Indeed. And you see that punching the codes. The creature's getting closer and closer. Eric's on the radar. It's closer. They're getting closer. You really need to get those in quickly now.
I'm trying.
Okay. You punch them in. There's like a little green light flashing, like beep. Success. And then there's like it's like one of those like runtime commands where it's like a when you get like the black box come up and you have to write in codes to get anything in. And it's
I know
like,
it well.
like enter for yes or no to like to execute the program kind of thing. And Eric says, so I think it's time to hit that button, Cecily. So yes, we want to fire the missiles.
Yes.
Fire the missile!
I'm tired. Okay, you have snapped.
But don't fire the missiles!
Execute Order 66.
They didn't have enough.
So you press that green light, and you kind of like it turns out to be inside his head. Will's head, nothing is real. Will wakes up confused. You press like the button down, and then there's like a error. What?
What's wrong?
It says that there's an error of some kind.
Wow.
Try pressing it twice really quickly.
Okay. Do I have to turn it back off and on again?
Try restarting it.
Try it off and on. That might work.
Take out the cartridge, blow in it, and then put it back.
Why is the screen blue?
Oh dear.
Press restart 23 times, and then if it flickers twice, it means it's going to start up fine.
Okay.
Hold F11.
Does anyone know? Shush! You don't know safe mode.
This is not a safe space.
Exactly.
Not at my computer.
Fucking liberals. The less safe spaces.
The safe space.
So you turn it off and on again, and you kind of punch in the numbers. It's like going close, and you hear another just outside, and like a crunching as it like crunches into the first part of the dome and begins to envelop it. And then finally you get another runtime command. It's a yes or a no. What do you do?
It doesn't have anything else, just yes or no.
Yes or no?
You're muted.
Yes or no?
It's just yes or no, yeah?
Yes or
It's a
no?
bunch of code, and then it's a Y/N blinking question mark.
Cecily smashes the N button.
All right. You press
Not want to fire the missiles?
you press the N button, and then it goes back to like a blank screen. You don't hear the sound of any like firing missiles or explosions or anything.
Do we still hear the wow?
Yeah, I mean it's crushing into the dome.
Great.
Okay, I'll do it again.
All right, intelligence check to get it back up again.
Yep. Intelligence check to get
Oh,
it back.
for God's sake. 15.
15. That's pretty great actually. So you're like, oh god, and you do it back up again, and it's like, what are you doing, you fool? And everyone's like shouting at you, like, press the button. And then you get it back up, and you got yes or no.
Well, you got muted. Stop it.
You got yes or no?
Yes.
All right. You sure?
Yes.
Final answer?
Yes. I'm not sure,
right.
but yes. Are we self-destructing?
So you press yes, and there's like a green flashing successful light, and you see that you hear this kind of, and there's kind of like a, and there's a woman on the tannoy who's like, the missiles have been fired. Please execute the dome. Missiles have been fired. Please execute the dome.
All right, I think it's time for us to execute the dome.
I think we should leave now.
What? How do we? Where's the submarine?
It's near the gates. We left it and came in by swimming.
Do you think it's still there now? If the creature's just crashed into the first part of the dome?
You see that thought come through his head. That wasn't a clever place to park it, was it? Is there any other way off this place?
He says, well, I don't know. I mean, the submarines are there for emergency maneuvers and escapes. I don't think there's any other way off.
I'm not gonna look at this rebel.
How deep are we?
Miles on miles underneath. Too far to swim up.
Well then, let's find somewhere to have a cup of tea. And I start looking for a kettle.
It's a very British thing to do in an emergency.
I suppose so. Finds you all drink.
I just want to let you all know that you're the finest crew I've ever played with.
And I take out my violin.
Start playing Nearer My God to Thee.
Tiny little violin.
Yeah, and then I play as we sink.
Well, at least the missiles are fired. There's no more of that horn sound. The creature must have gone.
Let's get to the armory. I want to make sure.
Make sure of what?
If this thing's manages to get through, I want to make sure we've got something to say hello with.
Perhaps we should think about leaving a message as well, in case the worst happens and someone finds us. Or...
Agreed.
Message to who? And with what?
I don't know, Askren. Silas?
Askren?
I don't know, salad dressing.
That's your new name.
I don't know, I just... Maybe we should just write something down.
He'll kind of... Is there anything, like a... What kind of room are they in?
I don't know whether Cecily still has her, bind of...
Yeah, we can say you still have your binder, yeah.
Because she's been dragging that around with her.
Yeah, you're in a big, computer room at this point,
Okay.
really.
Is there a piece of chalk?
Sorry?
I mean, there's, desks here, so let's, say find a chalk or a pen.
Okay. He's just gonna go up to the wall, and he's gonna... Very, very large, he's gonna start drawing that sort of triangle circle symbol.
The circle.
But once he does it, after you kind of see it very familiarly, he's gonna continue drawing, and in the center, he's going to write something. Just doesn't look like words. It just looks like kind of symbols.
Okay. What are these symbols?
They're not, he doesn't really know exactly what they are. They're just kind of something he's compelled, they're just something that he kind of knows, whatever touched him, whatever reached out and kind of touched his mind has sort of burned this imagery into his head.
Nice. Okay, cool. So you, Silas, you kind of put these codes down, and you heard the kind of horn blow before, which definitely kind of awakened something in Silas's mind. And you come up with this kind of crazy feeling that, I mean, you can't really do anything about the end of the world. The only thing that Silas can really do at this point is is end it, and to kind of, in theory of you guys being some of the last of humanity alive. I mean, bearing in mind this guy's just died, come back from the grave, been stung by some kind of Cthulhu monster. Silas is convinced that the only way out of this is to kill himself. And potentially the others too, if he wants to take them with him. He kind of draws these symbols on the floor, and then you have like kind of eureka moment of insanity where you're like, it all makes sense. It all makes sense.
Wait, who are you talking to? Are you talking to George or are you talking to me?
Not to you, Silas.
Oh, because you said George. I thought you were talking to him.
Oh, did I? Sorry.
Yeah.
I meant salad. My bad.
All right. So I get the, I kind of, is there, do I know anything about, like, does it have to be a specific sacrifice, or is it just, like, is there a ritual involved? Is there anything about it,
Definitely.
or is it just as long as I die?
The ritual, I mean, I'll leave the exact, like, way that you want to do the ritual up to you, because it is Silas's own insanity, which is telling him how to do this. So however that might manifest for Silas.
But that's what, like, so he just has to end his own life? That's what he knows?
He knows that he certainly wants to end his own, and I'll leave it up to you if he thinks that taking the others with him is also important.
Okay, before I get into this, just one thing. What in my head does that, like, do? What do I think that is a catalyst to?
So you know that you've kind of been reborn by some unearthly creature, and I guess in your psyche, having been broken and then restructured is completely shot to pieces. And there must still be a part of the real Silas in there who knows that he is some kind of creature, or some creature has control over him, is inside his mind, because he's been brought back by something which is clearly not God. Some kind of tentacled creature. So I guess the vaguely rational part of it is, if I'm gone, then it can't do any harm to the world.
Okay. So I know I know what I'm gonna do. What I'm going to, like, as he kind of finishes drawing, he's gonna turn to the group and he says, he's gonna say, I know what we need to do. I know what I need to do. I need you to seal the flood doors. Seal the blast doors.
Why? When? Now?
Now this is, I'm just assuming because this is an underwater thing. There are like doors that you can physically seal to like airtight the chamber and like heavy reinforced doors and stuff. He's gonna say, there is a beast out there, and there is an engine in here. I need to go back to the source. I need to speak with the speaker in the dark. I need to ask him our true name. And then he's going to kind of turn to Cecily and he's going to point to the symbol on the wall. He's going to say, there was a missing piece, and the person that they called to, the person that called across the void, they asked for you, and I said no. They can't have that. And then he's just gonna look back and he's going to say, close the blast doors, and then he's just gonna run out the hall into the hallway.
Should we do that? Sounds like he's onto something.
Do as he says.
Very well.
If that thing is dead, we've just given up our last hope of getting out of here. The moment you seal those doors, this is our grave.
Close them.
Okay. He presses the button to close them. Here are kind of as all the doors are closed. sealed in.
Once they're closed, Silas is running straight to the center of the compound, where whatever sort of power source or engine or anything like this is going to be, and he's going to detonate it.
Okay. And thank you to Scots United for following. Welcome to Revenge, my friend. You're a gentleman and a scholar. So you go to seal the blast doors, and you run straight towards the power core. And Eric says, "Well, I suppose we can only wait for him now. If we look here on the map, should be going towards the center circle here." And he has like a whole map of Aquilion, like a giant kind of layout, and you're just in the dome, and he also has like the kind of inner dome, and see where the kind of power generator, the core where Silas must be running to, is. And as you look at the overall picture of Aquilion, you see that it's laid out in the exact same kind of symbol as the kind of circle, triangle with circle inside, was the symbol which is on both Cecily's and Angus's hands, I believe, is both of yours, kind of scratched in. They're kind of laid out in a kind of triangular setting, and you guys are right in the center of this dome, within the circle, and in the very inner circle is the power generator to which Silas is running madly at this point. Thank you to robots following, a gentleman and a scholar, so, as well as Mr. Matthew. Welcome, Matthew. You're a gentleman and a scholar. So
the map looks eerily like the design on our hands.
Yeah, very similar to like the Temple of Ashdod. It's like a futuristic Temple of Ashdod almost. And Eric says, "That looks familiar."
Aye. Look here.
Eric, it's from Darkmere.
What?
It's the same symbol from Darkmere.
You're right.
You remember?
Of course.
I tried not to.
What does this mean?
It means it's all connected through each of our fractured psyche.
We must be going mad. We're just seeing things that we want to see.
We're not.
No matter which way you spin it here, and I start flipping the map around, you're always going to see it. You cannot unsee this.
Cecily holds her hand up as well.
And then we hold hands.
And then we
high five to which map?
Or Narnia.
Yeah.
Yeah. Both.
Then I don't understand. Eric's like going into a kind of like mental breakdown at this point.
It's all linked.
He's on the floor, like his head is in his hands, like, what? We could have stopped this long ago. We should have stopped this.
There's nothing we could have done, Eric.
Can't stop it.
There's nothing we could have done to stop it.
It must be something we can do now. Must be something.
I think that's what Silas is trying to do.
As they're talking, can that be the point where like Silas got to the center and started tripping the
I would have been following it. I would
Okay.
have been following it.
Nice. I'm going to Spike for following. You're a gentleman and a scholar. So George, you kind of rush after Silas. Silas enters into this like huge room full of breakers, basically. It's like a huge like conduit in the center, like full of electricity, and around a circular room, there's just like switches and breakers to like flip on and off, which will control the electricity and the flow of it. So Silas, you enter into a room.
Basically, so in his mind, he has no idea if it's gonna work, but he kind of has a vision of how he, like, his mind touched by insanity, he sees all the puzzle pieces fitting together. George, if you're coming right behind him, you see him kind of ripping like an electrical wire off the wall, like a big kind of, insulated heavy wire, and walking up to like this central breaker console.
That's the point. I would grab you and try and stop you.
He says, "No, it's the only way to get you all to the surface."
I know what you're trying to do. And I just asked, give it 2 minutes. I need to make sure. I don't think that thing is gone.
He kind of shakes his head. He says, "It's not. I feel
Then
it
wait,
still."
then wait until it's right on top of us. And then I'll help you to it. We need to take it with us.
He kind of like closes his eyes, concentrates really tight, and just points to his right, like at a panel. He says, "Dome lights."
I go and start pressing the things on the panel.
Okay. And you start to press all lights on the panel. You see above you all these lights just begin to illuminate, and like a beacon. You hear another kind of, and just suddenly a shadow is cast above the central break room which you're in.
He'll kind of, as the shadow is kind of drifting over, he'll kind of look over to George. He says, "There is someone prepared to receive us all."
Just wait until it's right on top of us. Just promise me that.
He's not doing. He's just holding this kind of sparking electrical wire and like looking straight at you. He's not actually looking above him.
I'm trusting you, Silas. I'll try and get his attention, and then I'll run back into the main room where Angus and Cecily are.
So Eric is just like head in hand still. Angus and Cecily are there. George, you rush in. What do you do?
Angus, I need your gun.
Why?
I point up at the ceiling, and there's this dark, foreboding shadow floating over the top of us. We need to make sure that knows where we are.
Why?
I'll take that gun off you.
Is there like a PA system from where we are?
Sure, we'll say there's a tannoy. Yeah.
Can I get Eric to turn it on?
Sure. I mean, Eric is pretty broken right now. You know how to do it yourself if you want.
Okay. I'm gonna try to like flip the switch and turn the mic on.
I think the both half for following. You're a gentleman and scholar. Go ahead.
I slide my gun over to, like I put it on the computer surface or like on the desk, and I slide it over towards George. But I speak into the microphone.
Whatever you are up there, we have your love. She's with us. She's safe. We're in here.
And I kind of like nod at George.
You hear another, and you feel like displaced water kind of rushing down, the kind of bubbles as the water is forced. As clearly this creature is coming down towards you at great speed.
I just kind of yell, Silas, get ready.
Okay. So Silas, you feel like this creature coming down towards you, the shadow growing larger and larger. You have but a few moments to act. What do you do?
He is going to, like, in his mind, he doesn't actually kind of see the panel or anything. He just kind of sees this one spot that he's going to jam this electrical wire in, and again, as you're welcome to tell me what happens, but as far as he is aware, that the seals and the electrical kind of generator things that run along the ring will hopefully overload and blow, causing the entire structure to basically collapse except the one that they're in.
Nice.
And I don't know, possibly going down on top of this creature or something like that.
Sure. Cool. So, you flip all of the kind of breakers in this room. You kind of run past each of them, go slam them up, slam them up, slam them up. You feel this creature coming down towards you, and you kind of feel the final one down with a huge wrench. You hear like all these kind of like alarms go up, like "Meh, meh, meh, power overload, please evacuate," as more of these kind of sirens go off all around the system. And you see that just above you, this creature is about to crunch into you, just like break all of the glass. When suddenly you feel this kind of like huge eruption of movement from below. It's like a huge earthquake underneath your feet, and the kind of little bubble which you guys are in begins to like shake violently, really, really violently, and the creature just comes down kind of on top of you guys and just begins to crunch into you as you feel the momentum from the kind of landing from this huge like Leviathan creature on top of you, and a power circuit being cut, all of the energy going into one place. You feel yourselves being kind of like surging up by the force of displaced water getting underneath your own kind of space, as well as this, the power and electricity just rising you upwards and upwards and upwards. And you begin to kind of go up, and also you kind of like spear this creature on the kind of like the peak of your dome as it kind of lands on top of it, and you run all of the electricity through that kind of point, which just kind of like runs all the way through the water. And this kind of huge burst of electricity going out into the water is enough to fry thousands upon thousands of the dagonids which are out here. So instantly this kind of shockwave is sent through the water. It's an electrical charge which would just like instantly fry a person. And it kind of destroys the Leviathan on top of you, and you hear it kind of as it dies on top of your dome, and the charge sent out into the water kills all of the dagonids, and you guys have kind of left the seabed. It's come displaced from this huge like movement, and you guys are like floating upwards at this point at a very kind of slow and erratic rate. This clearly isn't meant to happen, but it's like you found some buoyancy from the electrical charge, and whatever like protocol you set off is some kind of like emergency get to the top of the water.
Are we taking on water? Is it going?
Yes, you are taking on water rapidly. The crunching of the Leviathan into the top of the dome has splintered and cracked most of it, and so you're filling up with water at an alarming rate. Water is poured on top of you. It's like the Titanic scenes at the moment.
Yeah.
And Eric says, "Get to the control room. You get in there. That's the highest point."
I kind of stand shuffling people, guiding them towards where he's saying is.
It's go, George, go.
I'm not gonna leave you. Come on, we all gotta make this.
He like you can see that there's like fractured psyche. His eyes are like shot and completely kind of crazy, and he points a gun towards you, which you didn't know he had before, very shakily, and he says, "Go, George. Go."
I just kind of nod. I've seen this in soldiers before. I'm going. Don't need to do this. Come with us. We don't need any heroes.
It's over. It's over.
Come on. I don't need to see you like this. And I walk first, hoping he's going to follow me.
Yeah, you walk out, and then as you're going, you hear like the door just like slam behind you as he closes that blast door. But you can still see into like the panel of like the window where he's standing, and Eric just kind of, and this is for both Angus and Cecily as well. You see Eric just kind of like take the gun. He looks towards it, completely insane, and he just takes it to his head. He looks out the window towards you guys, and he just like pulls the trigger, and suddenly is kind of muted because of the blast doors. and you see the kind of like blood and brain spray out the side of his head as he collapses to the floor, dead.
What a noob.
What are you guys doing?
Cecily screams. She goes and like
put my hand
she's
up
on the
to
window.
my mouth.
Angus was expecting that. He already expressed weakness before, a weak mind, where he suggested that was one of the ways out. So he's not actually that surprised that happened. He's probably more surprised that he did it now and not earlier.
Yeah, you missed a donation there as well, Will.
Oh, and thank you to Spike, who donates £4 and 66 pence and says, Twitch RPG, have fun building that chair, Twitch RPG, thanks. Yeah, I haven't explained the chair thing, but I need to get like a proper desk, like gaming chair for streaming, because I stay here all the time and it's really bad for my back. And I actually feel a lot of pain sometimes after like long days of streaming. I'm like, fuck, I cannot sit on this chair. So I'm gonna get myself a proper chair to look after my physical health whilst I stream, because of course streaming is an incredibly healthy lifestyle anyway, so I figured I might as well look out on it as well. So thanks so much, my friend. So back to it. You guys are like floating. You guys you just like running back to the main control room?
Yeah, we tried to I'm guessing there's stairs up and we're trying to run up them. Just go. It's too late for him. We need to get. Let's not make sure he went for nothing.
Nice.
That's cool.
So you
Okay.
you begin to rush back to the control room with and Silas, and you see that there's this like bubble of like water above you, and you see there's actually light streaming in as you come from the depths, and you're floating higher and higher. But you see that you're taking more and more water in. You like seal the door so that hopefully more water can't get in, but you see like little leaks and kind of bursts from the pressure as the water kind of melts up behind you guys. Silas, what have you been doing as you've been in here out of interest?
I assumed he died from the electricity blast.
It's reasonable to assume. It really depends.
You tell me.
It depends really where like Silas was standing, and if he had any like connection to like the central like rod by the time he set off the last breaker.
So I like my assumption was he overloaded the thing by grabbing like a wire off the wall, like and just like right into the breaker box.
Right. In that case, yeah. You guys go back into the room, and there is a charred Silas who is like basically just his body is like burnt to a crisp as he's been overloaded with all this electricity. So what do you guys say? If anything.
Solid.
And salad.
Rip the boy back. He came back for a reason and he helped us.
Yes.
Get lies, Solace. He was not a Lamb of God, but anyways, it is all there.
But I think we ripped. No, we're not. What? That was weird. Sorry. Twitch.
Sure. So you.
I'm not actually that worried because I'm like, maybe he'll come back.
He might just come back and you never know.
I don't really know that wolf
It'll be a
cry.
new decision in a couple of hours.
Yeah.
So we float back up to the kind of surface at long last. As you take on more water, you're just about to kind of like drown essentially, and all the water's going to come through when the dome itself is broken, and a huge kind of ton of water comes down upon you and immediately like surges you guys upwards into it, and you kind of after a few moments of almost drowning, you burst up to the surface of the water, and you're in the English seas, with the coast of England not far off the white cliffs of Dover.
If we're in the Solent, you can no.
Yes.
No.
And then the White Cliffs of Dover plays as you kind of come back up. You're spat out by the ocean essentially, and you see that around you are your friends as well as like bits of debris. Send me over the White Cliffs of Dover. I can't remember the rest of it, but it's fucking sick song, that one. But yeah, you're going spat back out by the ocean, and around you are your friends. Silas's charred body comes up. There's a salad bowl next to him. What are you guys doing?
Swimming frantically towards the cliffs.
Yeah. Try and get to this little piece of home.
Yeah, cling to it with dear life.
Sure. So you guys swim back as quickly as possible, despite your kind of like exhaustion. And in fact, several of the Agonid, like their charred bodies, kind of rise up to the sea as well. And so is the Benzer. You all die from the pressure change. Although actually you're in like a sealed chamber, so you're pretty fine. You reach the beach, and you stretch out upon the sands. In fact, I don't even know there's sands on Dover, but who fucking cares? We'll say there's sands. And of course, most of the land has been like drowned, and that is still the case. But this part is just submerged, like a little island. And you guys are stretched out on the beach, alone in the world, with no Silas. And also the giant body of the Sea of Leviathan just kind of like rises up to the top of the ocean. Some of its tentacles rise up. So you guys just laying out on the beach, you've got nowhere to go in the world, and everyone is gone, basically. Eric's gone. Any remnants of civilization are in a submarine. Will probably be hunted down by Dagonids soon, and the kind of overwhelming sense of loss and kind of depression just hits you, and suddenly you hear and you look out to the sea, and there is a ship sailing towards you.
Oh, that was a ship noise, not a Cthulhu.
That was a ship noise, not a Cthulhu noise.
Okay.
Easily mistaken.
Yeah.
I guess that's the way our hope lies.
I just lay on my back laughing maniacally to myself. Got a little bit crazy about everything we've seen. Just kind of laugh.
Yeah.
I grabbed the waterlogged gun from George and I fire it into my brain. No, I grabbed the waterlogged gun. I beat it out and I try to fire into the air a couple times and try to draw the boat's attention.
Cecily's lobbing rocks, bits of like massive lumps of chalk, and just like lobbing it over it.
Nice. And thank you to Spike Seed for following. Welcome, or Spike Speed rather, for following. You're a gentleman and a scholar. You draw the attention of the ship, which begins to sail towards you. And as it's coming closer, you see that is the HMS Defiance, and it looks like there are men who are alive on board the ship. So that's what we're going to kind of wrap up on that bombshell. The season of Cthulhu, the musical, with Cthulhu, the musical, with you guys on the beaches of Dover with a ship sailing towards you. Who knows? Maybe there'll be a season 3. Haven't really decided, but I had a lot of fun doing this season, and that seemed like a cool way to kind of end it. With the with the death, or the 2 deaths of Silas, in fact. Yeah. Death of Eric, the destruction of mankind's last bastion, and
will Silas stay dead?
Who knows? Yeah. It's just an episode 1. That seemed like a good kind of point to leave it off. We had like 8 episodes of that one, 7 or 8 episodes, and we told a lot of story in that time.
That was awesome.
Thinking about where we started the campaign, where we ended up, we got through a ton of stuff, and I was pretty happy to see where it went. So let's get some thoughts from you guys in chat about what you thought about the season. Did you enjoy it? Would you like to see more? Would you like a season 3? Let us know. Also, if you're enjoying the show, if you enjoyed this one, you want to see more, hit that follow button and join us. If you missed any of our sessions, then you can find them on YouTube. They're all there, including the first season. If you want to catch that one, there's like 3 or 4 episodes of really good stuff there as well. Good night, Alan. So let's see from our players as well. So Gareth, I know you like to come first.
Yes, I do. That was really good. Again, it really was like, it was kind of like the James Bond film version of Cthulhu, because we started in London, then we got to Africa, we went all over the world. It was really, really well. It started as a bit of a murder mystery, and then it kind of built from there. It kind of flowered. It was really, really good. I really, really enjoyed it.
Awesome. You do things on the internet as well, Gareth? Tell us.
Yeah, I'm Suddenly Bad as well.
Cool.
Suddenly Pandas, not Suddenly Badgers. It sounded like Suddenly Badgers, but it's Suddenly Pandas.
That's
Almost
a different
badgers.
guy.
At first it's badgers, then it's pandas. You never know.
Never know.
Don't be racist. They're both black and white.
Wow.
Now you're being racist.
So Lee, thoughts on the season as a whole?
Beautiful, very scary. Chat never let us down once. Absolutely terrifying as usual. I really enjoyed it. Thank you.
Good. Glad to hear it. And you do things on the internet as well, do you not?
I do, yes. I draw things. I write a lot. I'm at Ginger Snapper. I'm going to just pop my little Twitter name in the chat there.
Up that Twitter.
Be my friend. Come say hi. Thank
Askren.
you.
Hello, people. My name is Askren. No, my name's, by the way, I enjoyed the campaign a lot. I obviously a lot of interesting character dynamics all over the place, and just a lot of fun making up some, like, weird occult stuff and seeing where it went, and just playing. I still can't get over the fact that I decided to play a religious guy, and no one took him seriously in a world where there were clearly Cthulhu monsters and magic. But that's...
real life.
We
Maybe
said a
season
prayer
three.
for you.
Well, yeah, at the end. No,
The
at the
Lord's
end you guys
Prayer
did.
of all prayers.
Yeah.
My name is Asker, and I'm the host and dungeon master of the Exploding Dice Twitch channel. The link is in chat. Thanks to these guys, where we play live D&D every Sunday, and they have a fun talk show every Tuesday called Fuzzy Dice, where next week I'm going to be hanging out with Ivan Van Norman from Geek and Sundry, and this past week I hung out with Monty Cook and Shauna Germain. And also we got a bunch of giveaways coming this month, so check out Twitter. It's just at Askren on Twitter for all those.
Awesome. Mythmatic.
Hello, everyone. My name is Mythomatic. I'm a streamer here on Twitch.tv. I do a lot of voices, do a lot of acting, do a lot of role play. If I'm not here on Encounter Roleplay, you can find me over on Twitch.tv/Mythomatic. Thank you so much. If you enjoyed any of it, click that linky, click that shout out, give me a follow. I'll be on later, probably about 25 minutes. I'll actually be starting my own stream. So I'll see you all then.
All right, then. Awesome. Thanks for the kind words, all. I'm glad to see you want more. And you never know, we'll have some more. We'll have some more cool Cthulhu at some point. Whether or not it'll be an ancient evil, I'll figure out where to take it all and what to do with it. But yeah, again, thank you to everyone who donated today to Spike the Highland Glass, to Annydale, and to Refix XP, and something
And also to Mr. Vlog Watcher.
Sorry, what's that?
You just got one in.
Oh shit, that's true. Mr. Vlog Watcher donates £5 and 10 pence and says, "Time for a chair." Also, hello everyone. Thanks so much, my friend. Very, very gentlemanly.
Yay, we'll
For your donation goal.
I can sit down. I've been standing this entire time for about a year.
You are a short man.
Yes.
I am very small.
You have nipples and then a waist.
That's all I need, really. Really, guys. So thank you guys for hanging out. I'm going to be back. I'll let you know about tomorrow, what I'm doing about tomorrow. But thank you so much to Valkyraid for following. Welcome to the adventure, my friend. Or
Please proceed about what's happening next week.
And the Scholar. What is happening next week?
Who knows? We don't know.
What are we doing next week? Well, all of us.
Oh yeah, all of us are doing Storm King's Thunder next week. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you want to get a copy of Storm King's Thunder, there's a giveaway there.
That's a plug.
Yeah.
You do your thing.
Sorry?
Continue.
Oh, okay. Okay, ma'am. So yeah, other than that though, other news is you check the Geek and Sundry website, you'll see your boy Will's face on it soon. I'm being interviewed. That's cool. If you read that shit, you might see me there.
That's sweet.
Are there any cool modules that people could find that maybe
Yeah,
on
there's
Kickstarter at the moment, Will?
there's actually one. It's known as Domes of Ishak Sahur, which we're supporting this week. And the next week we're going to be playing it, so go check that out there on Kickstarter. It's great stuff. If you want to pledge, then you can do. Other than that, I'll start talking and let you get along with your busy lives, everyone. So
I have a little bit of plug. I'll be starting my own. I won't be running it, but I will be playing in a game on my channel, twitch.tv Mathematic. Next Friday, we'll be doing Traveler. Still figuring out the cast, but we'll be starting the new Traveler system. It's going to be a lot of fun, a lot of space, a lot of cool stuff. So it'll be on Friday. So check it out.
Awesome stuff. All right, then. So until then, guys.
Do you mind if I one thing? If you guys are a fan of the Experience Points show on YouTube, which you should be because it's fucking great,
really
you
good.
should definitely tune in on Thursday because they're coming by and they're debuting an episode early.
Awesome stuff. And thanks to Morpheus for following. Welcome to the bench, my friend. You're a gentleman and a scholar. Anyone else want to say anything?
No.
Good, because you're not allowed to. It's silence. And I can't roleplay out now. But until next time, guys, try not to throw too many net ones because we want to be here laughing when you do. Good night, all. Bye.